Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Geeked Out. You see me here with Q Storm, Aunt Pooh. My name is Michael Dean. We are here to talk about all kind of movie stuff. We're just getting geeked out. I mean, just all kind of pop culture type of stuff. We started this show many years ago. I mean, years ago. Some of y'all went through high school and graduated and become adults last time we were doing this show. But we are back here. Yeah, we've been around that long, man. We've been around that long. But fellas, how you doing? Ampu, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. About to get a hell of a sugar rush because I'm stealing my baby girl's candy. Because
Okay.
she has to pay the dad tax. I took her to youth soccer league Halloween event last night, and they hooked her up. Well, us up. So
Gotcha.
getting ready for the new week and prepping. On a side note, prepping dinner. Going to make oysters, shrimp, and red beans and rice.
All
So your
right.
boy does.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Aunt Pooh, which I just said. My bad. Q Storm.
Here
I'm
we
all over
go.
the place. Q Storm. How are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. The agency that was my video client for like 12 years, they finally got a job for me to do. So I'm gonna be rolling in some money finally. Looking forward to that.
Okay.
Uh, this morning I did an in New Jersey permit class. I don't know if you know, but I teach my classes, the non-shooting portion, in my house in this basement, right?
Okay.
And I've been doing this close to 10 years. This dude came up in here with a Trump 2024 cap on. And he pulled up to my house, parked on my street where all my neighbors could see, with a pickup truck that had Trump flags on it. And I'm like, oh, damn, is the money worth this much?
And apparently it was,
Was
wasn't
it? Was it?
it?
Well, we're going to the range.
There you go.
I may kick him out
You said business over everything else, huh? I hear you.
first.
Nah.
Hey man, hey,
He,
you doing business.
Nah,
Doing
Q was on his Palpatine. I can convert him to the dark side.
No, I went
business. Oh, there
upstairs. We
it is.
took a 10-minute break. I went upstairs. And my wife said, "Hey, you see the truck out there? I took a picture." I'm like, "Oh shit, what is it? You got little kids in there or something?" It's like, "Oh, Trump.
Wow.
That's just as bad."
Crazy thing. That's how they used to do us.
Wow. Mike had to
All
go
right.
deep. Mike
I'm
went
just
deep.
saying, he's one of the good ones. But anyway, let's get into some movies. That's what we're here for. And today, what we're going to talk about right now, and this is something that we'll probably periodically do, but I'm very curious. Like, what are the top 5 movies you guys love right now? Whatever category you want to put these in. Just the top 5 movies that maybe you like right now. Maybe the top 5 movies you hate. I don't know, but your top 5 in whatever category you want them to be. We're gonna start with Ampu first.
Man, put me on the spot. Well, my top five, four are going to be from this year, and one is going to be for plug my impending Tubi reviews. Why did I watch this? Um, my top four movies of this year starts with The Roses. It's a remake of the Kathleen. Is it Catherine or Kathleen
Kathleen
Turner
Turner. Yeah.
and Michael Douglas movie from the mid '80s? In my opinion, as classic as that was, especially since it had Danny DeVito and it looked
Hmm.
at. I don't know if that was that really the first time of a married couple going to hate each other and ultimately trying to kill each other. Classic,
Oh, I remember this.
yes, but this one took it to a whole new level. I feel like they did a lot about really grounding these characters, giving you a good background. And for me, as someone who's went through a recent divorce, emotionally, it triggered me seeing them go at each other and the reasons how they started beginning to resent one another and how they started growing apart. It got to me. I'm sitting there, side note, on a date as well, getting just emotional. She's kind of looking at me like, what a fucking simp. Like, you
Man,
but I'm like, hey, it got to me, and it was very interesting
did you
because
start crying?
I teared up a little bit. You can see it. I ain't gonna lie again, but everybody's experience is gonna be different. But considering,
I'm just curious. So how did the date end up going then, since you brought it into conversation after you cried?
yeah. So anyway, when they were talking about, as the film progressed, I wasn't on my Tommy on a stand. I didn't GTD. No.
What?
If you know,
Oh,
you know.
come on. Come on, Martin.
So, yeah, so the film, it kind of starts off like and I would start off, but it really gets to a dysfunctional relationship. And I was thinking, like, wait a minute, I thought this was supposed to be the War of the Roses. Where's the other part when they start doing the sabotaging and all the other stuff? It came and they went hard with. They were doing some stuff where I was like, oh man, this is fucked up. The wife, she ran this little small time business where this small time diner, and his greatest failure happened on her greatest success. It was a hurricane that destroyed a building that he had designed, and the storm, and since everybody was reined in, she had the only place in the local area that people could eat, and it just so happened one of those patrons was a New York Times food critic, and she loved the food so much it just blew up, and all of a sudden people were traveling to her restaurant to taste this food, and then they started franchising. So as she started blowing up and getting into all these different circles, he's becoming a house husband, and all he could do is pour into the kids, which amazingly enough, he's resented her because of her success. She's resented him because the kids that she raised for like 9 years are now turning into him. But it's like he's the one raising him. So I just want to end it there. As again, it's a very emotional film for me, and I enjoyed it so much. Number 4,
Okay.
I went back and forth with this. It was Superman, but now I'm going with Freaky Tales. This is the movie that's based in Oakland, based on one night that occurred with 3 different type of stories that all connect. It's kind of weird. They have Pedro Pascal is in there. It's just like he's in damn near everything else, but he did the damn thing. He had a very emotional story with his wife and a newborn child, and then it all kind of wrapped itself up where pro basketball player Sleepy Floyd, his family got, and he turned it to motherfucking blame for going for revenge. Yes.
Okay.
It's wild, but
This looks like a kind of wacky kind of movie from the trailers.
it was so enjoyable. So I can't recommend it any more than anyone else can. Number 3, Weapons. I think I went on and on about that film. It's super great for me. I'm just gonna say I can't. I know Q went and saw it. It's been out for 2 months. It has the most satisfying earned villain death I think of any horror film. That's just gonna when those kids get turned into the weapon of the witch's death, and she notices she knows when it happens. She's like, oh shit, and because she knows when people who are under the spell are ordered to kill, she knows what's coming, and she's just running around. And why it looks hilarious as fuck is believed because she knows I gotta get the fuck. She's like, I gotta get the fuck away from these kids because they gonna fuck me up. And there was once a either or. They said for $1 million, would you rather face 110-year-olds or 10 100-year-olds? And some people were choosing the 110-year-olds. Like, man, I'll fuck the kids up. If you watch Weapons, you might change your mind on that. I'm like, nah, I ain't messing with 10-year-olds. Number 2, Fantastic Four. I think we reviewed it. I loved it. It's a really great film. I think that it really set a different tone. I believe it's Iron Man, Avengers, Black Panther, and Fantastic Four within the MCU as far as I want to say genre, but like they set the style of how films could be. And if you look at those 4, I feel like they really hit the mark of an MCU film. And of course, number 1 is Sinners. It deserves all the awards. It should be Best Picture, Best Original Screenplay, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, Best. It's gonna win Best Score because Ludwig always gets that. I mean, I don't think if you haven't seen it, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. It's that great. And then lastly, because I have been on my Tubi kick, I have to recommend for all the simps out there, all the men that have been done wrong, all the men that are tired of putting that woman first, that want to be a savage, go to Tubi right now and go watch A Good Man. It's written, directed, and starring Kamal Smith, Kamaal, brother out of Detroit. He's doing his thing. People talk about Atlanta. People talk about Nollywood. Detroit quietly is having some nice a nice little film industry out there. They're very small indie, low budget films, but all it is in my opinion, it's a bunch of people that's doing what the hell they got to do. If you watch YouTube, they're doing the same thing except giving you a full-length feature film. This movie, A Good Man, it's a brother apparently who he got divorced. His wife did him dirty, and he's trying to get over it. He's in therapy, doing what he's supposed to do in order to heal himself. And he decides to be Captain Save-A-Hole for a ratchet. He was at it.
Lord.
He was at a catfish place. Chick was trying to play with her EBT and got to crying. And he said, and she giving everybody attitude. He's like, man, here, I'll pay for it. And she's like, I ain't asking for nothing. He's like, he's just like, yeah, just go ahead. But
I don't know if I'd be able to watch it past.
No, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. Well, I think you're kind of a savage, so you might not need to watch it.
Hilarious.
So I guess she turns around and I guess he see all the booty and feeling the juicy and whatnot. He tries to spit game. He's like, here, let me get your number. She's like, nah, but you can give me yours. And they end up talking. He ended up showing her a different light. He ended up falling for her. Everything is good. She telling him about how bad she had in a previous relationship, but there's just something not quite. He's a good man, but as we all know, ratchets, they still love that thug. And thug gets out of jail. He put it on her, and then he puts it on her, and she's trying to play both sides. And old boy goes out of town to go wrap up some business, and she decides, now, I can understand you going to go smash old boy, but you bring him back to old boy's house, cook him dinner, and then smash him in his bed? Like I said, the most justifiable crash out. Oh boy comes home. Don't
ruin the movie now.
He hears it. He gets into his Jodeci, get the crying, and then shit. It went from simp of the year to woo. She deserved. They just watch the rest of it. Just watch the rest of it. The most justifiable crash out ever. And I was like,
what's the name of the movie again?
A Good Man. It's on
Good
Tubi.
Man. Hopefully,
is this the movie you sent to you put on the Discord for me?
No, that's a different one. Same guy, different one.
Okay.
I don't want to take any shots at this brother, but I've watched 6 of his films, and you can see a theme. And my theme is some woman or women did that brother wrong, and he poured it into this. Because you can see it.
That's an interesting thing that you can say you've watched 6 movies of this particular director in such a short amount of time. I was thinking about this, like, it is such a difference. When we grew up, watching these types of movies was very few and far between, which meant that we all saw the movie, right? Like, oh, the new Spike Lee's coming out, you going. There isn't really any other black movies to watch, or if there was Hudlin Brothers had something, or the Inkwell, all of these movies we all went to go see at the theater. But it's interesting now that I don't know the brother's name you just mentioned, but that he's got a body of work already that is viewable by thousands, if not millions, of people that are watching this stuff on Tubi or whatever. It's just a different way that we didn't have access to black movies like this growing up. And it's interesting to see what the effect would be now that there's so many of them. It's almost, you can't keep up with it, right? Like there's so much. And the fact that you can damn near watch a whole genre of movies that we haven't really taken the time to see yet. And then you can have a director. I watched all 6 of his movies. For that brother to have 6 movies made that probably never went to the traditional route that are being seen by people across the country, if not the world, is very impressive. Like that's the true test. When we talk about the internet and anybody can do it, I will give you have to say with black folks, man, we're gonna take full advantage of this type of shit. Whether I want to watch these types of movies or not, I do tip my hat, be like, they're doing it and having a big effect, because I know people will watch. That's all they watch. When I went to somebody's house and turned their Tubi on, and it was just, I was like, wow, I didn't know they had that many of these movies on here, but because I'm just not paying attention. But
and please don't laugh at me. You know who else has some really good film content on Tubi? Chris Stokes. I've watched 3 of his movies.
Oh, I know he's had a lot of movies over the years,
and all 3 of them have been very entertaining, very good. There's one I just watched called Wrong Place, Wrong Time. I'm just thinking to myself, like, God damn, how come they couldn't have got that script into a Hollywood studio? Because it was a really good premise, and it was executed well within the confines of their budget.
Okay. All right. Yes. So great movies. Give us just real quick. You had say all 5 of them real quick.
A Good Man, The Roses, Freaky Tales, Weapons, Fantastic Four, Sinners. My bad, I went one over.
Okay.
Can't count.
Oh, good. I'm gonna do mine, and we'll let Q take the floor to give us his, and I'll make mine sort of quickly here. I'll start with the one that you said that I liked. Weapons. I just saw Weapons the other day. I literally just watched it. I knew it was going to be good because I am a fan. What was the guy's name? Zach Cregger or something like that. The director. I loved Barbarian. And did he have another movie? Was there another horror movie, or was it just Barbarian? Maybe it was just Barbarian. And I love those. I mean, it was like a new wave of horror type of movies. And this one, I knew there was going to be a catch, but I didn't know what it was going to be. I was telling Q yesterday offline, when I rented the movie, the cover of the movie was just this face of this crazy looking white woman, and I didn't have any idea. I didn't know it was the right movie. Like, I kept flipping past it because I didn't see where it said weapons. I'm looking for the kids with the arms open, So I'm like, oh, this is the movie I've been looking for. So I didn't know what to expect watching it. But now that I know what the movie is about, I'm not going to necessarily spoil it. It was fantastic. It was gruesome. It was very disturbing. As a father, you say trigger, I'm watching it at some points. I'm like, because I can see my daughter's school and, that age of kids. And I'm like, man, what kind of shit is this? And I'm like, I can understand how some of these parents is ready to be on site with the teacher in the situation. Because I'm like, I need some answers, goddamn it. Damn all all that talking. So I was like, yeah, hell yeah. But at the same point, I love where they're showing the different perspectives of the people. And I'm like, okay, this teacher is something else, boy. Like, and that's how they be. They seem like they're real cool and calm. And she out here taking other chicks, men, doing all kind of wild shit, running up on kids. I'm like, wow, she's wild. But excellent movie. Great storytelling, the build up, and then once it sort of really reveals what it is, and I'm like, okay, now it's just, to me, it was like Sinners. It was like it was showing the different people, and then when it finally gets to the point where you're like, hey, this is on some horror shit, and we're using a very trope type of villain that what it is, but you may not have seen it done like this. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll fuck with this, And I was like, I could see this if this was some black folks. They'd be, putting roots on somebody, voodoo or something. And I was like, okay, this shit might be kind of real. I was like, it'd be going down. Go ahead.
I just want to say, because I talked about it before. Did you like that's you see why I didn't want to tell you anything, because as the story was going on, you didn't know what was going on. Was it alien? Was it this?
Right.
Was it just some serial killer? You just didn't know. And then when you get to it, you like, oh.
And I didn't want it to be supernatural, but they were showing these scenes. I'm just going to say, of that woman would show up And I'm like, man, what kind of, it didn't make sense. I'm like, how are they seeing this? Okay, now this person's having a similar situation. But then I started to realize that, you know what? I kind of did start to pick up what I thought what it was. I was like, I remember what was written on a person's car early in the movie. And I was like,
Oh yeah.
and I remember this director. I'm like, I remember Barbarian. I've seen that movie a couple of times. So I was like, when you watch it and you know what you're looking for, he's giving you clues throughout the movie. And so I was keen to look for things as I was watching this. So I was like, oh, I bet you, because I was like, nothing is done for random in this movie. Even when they showed I call him the Seattle fentanyl head dude, homeless dude. He looked like straight out of Seattle. I was like, there's a reason like showing him walking up to her at this store. You don't just randomly write that in the story. But as I even started to kind of see clues, I still didn't know all the way. And I just thought, man, it's great to go in a movie where you don't know what's coming at you. And it was an enjoyable movie. Like I was like, okay. And then the ending, I was just like, it's too much. But I'm not mad at it. Hey, you got to do that. But it was just like, yeah, these movies today are on some other shit. And I would never want to be locked in a room with the director and writer of this shit, on some other stuff. But it was a fantastic movie.
The other thing that I mentioned was, with that comedic break with the Seattle fentanyl guy. Do you felt that it was earned because I know some of the complaints you and Q had with some of James Gunn stuff is they have seriousness and then they'll have a joke, and I'm like, it was there, but I felt like it was kind of something like, hey, we giving you this heavy stuff. Here's a little something light, but it didn't feel too forced because that was his character.
Not at all. No, the difference is, real quick, like Menace to Society is a very serious movie. But when he says, y'all want some of them cheeseburgers, after he literally just gunned the guy down, I mean, that shit is funny, but it's a sick, dark humor. But it's more of a, like, this is the time, the world we live in, man. So the same way with this, I didn't perceive it that way. Q, you were going to say.
I was just going to say, the ending and all the funny stuff, see, to me, it was like, and I said in my review, it's like Zach Kreger handed over the camera to Sam Raimi and said, do your thing. And I love that. I love the ending. But I'm gonna say this one thing. I've been getting clowned on by my mans and them and everybody. To me, I was kind of slow. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I was kind of slow on what the character was doing with these other characters, with the kids. To me, what threw me off was the name of that movie was called Weapons.
Yeah.
To me, the name of the movie should have been called Saviors, because what she was doing with the people that I don't want to say anything to give it away, but what she was doing with the people that was making them run like this. And when my man from Doctor Strange was running across the street, that was some creepy shit right there.
Yeah.
These people were being used not really as weapons. They will be being used for another purpose to help her. And I'm not going to say anything more. But that's what kind of, I'm like, okay, she's using these people as weapons because she's got them attacking people, doing this. So what's his other stuff on it? Oh, okay. I think that's what she's doing. And then when I talked to my people, I was like, damn, Mike, you didn't pick that up? My brother clowned me for a good 10 minutes on that. But I think
I think that's the beauty of this movie. I think if you would have called it something like that, it'd have made it too direct. And to me, like, his whole point, it seems like he's very much a mystery. I think what's the director that messed up the Star Trek movies?
JJ.
Oh, Abrams.
He kind of has that JJ Abrams where everything's sort of in a secret little box. I'm going to reveal it to you. Almost M. Night Shyamalan-ish a little bit. So I think calling it. Say it again.
That's kind of more what Abrams did with the show Lost.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that kind of style. And to me, I can see how he's like a student of these types of reveals and stuff. And even the title, as I thought about it as I was watching the movies, I was like, well, I know this is a thing going on, but why is it called Weapons? And then it's sort of, I start to pick up on, oh, okay, he's just very slick with it.
I got one other question.
Go ahead.
Did it bother you? I'm not going to spoil, but did it bother you? So what was this? I don't know. The principal. I think he
Right.
was gay, right,
Oh.
or something like that. Not that that doesn't matter, but when they have
How do you go from does it bother you?
Let me say this. I thought they was clowning when they showed his personal life, the way his husband was. It just seemed
in the,
over the top to me. I was like,
in the kitchen,
yeah,
I'm talking about. So that character, the
Seven hot dogs.
yeah, that was clown. I was like, stop. You're
I don't,
pushing
even, I don't
pushing the
remember that.
line too hard. But go ahead, my bad.
Did it bother you that I mean, it was kind of a plot hole to me, but so that character, the Asian dude, he does something that nobody else does. And I don't think I'm spoiling to say this because you see it in the trailer. He has this black goo come out of his mouth.
Right.
I thought that's what you meant when they was clowning him being gay.
Nah.
Nobody else
Wow.
did that. Nobody else did that. So I was like,
Wow.
it's a little inconsistent for shock. It was cool, but
You know what that reminded me of visually? It reminded me of Train of Busan or just the Korean horror. The way they have the imagery of the eyes all bugged out. And I was like, man, is this like an homage to their kind of. Because I watched another movie that's not on my list. It's called The Elixir. I think this is on Netflix. You got to kind of watch it. It looks like it might be a Train of Busan wannabe. But I watched maybe a third of it. It's entertaining in the same way, not as good, but it's a zombie sort of thing. Anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on weapons.
I gotta check that out.
Okay. It's like, yeah, The Elixir. Check that out. All right, real quick. I don't want to get through these really fast. Warfare was another movie. It was a new movie this year that I saw. And I'm picking all these movies because I've seen them more than once. So I saw Warfare at the theater, which was one of the best viewing experiences I've seen this year at the theater. I haven't gone to a lot of movies, but this one was right up there with Sinners. Fantastic. And unfortunately, we'll never probably get to see it again, but it was an IMAX. But I watched it at home too. Great movie. I would recommend that. So it's a war movie set in today's present time. Sinners, probably my top movie of the year. Fantastic. We don't have to get into it. Coming back to the theaters, I believe next week or something like that, or soon into IMAX only. And if you have not seen it in a real IMAX theater, you have to go. I saw it the third time, I think, and I saw it in the super IMAX. Breathtaking cinematography. Ridiculous. All right, these other movies are older movies. One I had a honorable mention I forgot to mention was Batman: The Long Halloween Part 2. I just recently saw that. I bought Part 1 a year or so ago. Excellent. These are animated movies, but Part 2, fantastic, man. When they get these animated movies right, they're fantastic. When they get them wrong, they're corny. But one of my favorite Batman movies, period. I just thought it was really.
What's it called again?
The Long Halloween. This is Part 2. It's a 2-part movie. There's actually they've redone it now. It's all one special edition, but it's an animated version of the graphic novel of The Long Halloween. Basically, there's a serial killer killing mobsters on every Halloween. But I mean, so it's a year-long story, but it's got Catwoman, Joker, Harvey Dent, Two-Face, all the cast of characters, man. Badass. All right. These are my favorite movies. I still watching them heavy. BVS, Batman v Superman. Have to go into that, but I still watch it probably once every other week. I watch parts of it. Just a dope movie. And I will say that the movie becomes more interesting to me when you start to get away the many years out that has been released. This movie came out back in 2016, which now is a long time ago to me at this point. And this is interesting when you look at how far these types of movies have morphed and evolved over the years. I think my last one here is Akira, if you want to say Akira. Came out in 1988. I still watch it heavy. I watched the making of the audio mix documentary yesterday. Fantastic. But just the movie itself, I mean, the movie came out such a long time ago, but I think what it talks about and just the things that it displays on the screen and as an animated movie, I would say to this now, if you've never seen this, I would say it's a hood movie that takes place in a futuristic Japan. You're dealing with thugs, gangbangers, particularly a motorcycle gang as the lead characters, and they're beefing with these other gangs. You can see that there's some protests going on in this world, but you don't really know like what's the real issue. You can see there's a lot of destruction. There's a whole political, military sort of subplot drama going on in the background, and the end of it is like, how do these kids and all of this fit into all of this? It's just a fantastic movie. I would dare say it is one of the greatest animated movies of all time. The level of detail in this movie is incredible. It is all hand drawn, and the level of frames per second. I'm going really deep into it, but the articulation and the motion. I don't think they've ever done another movie like this again because it's so much work, but fantastic. I mean, you just want to look at pure artwork. It's incredible, man. And it looks excellent in 4K, breathtaking. So it's just one of those movies. When I first saw it back in the day, I thought it was just okay. I mean, I thought it looked great, but I didn't like the story of it. And having read some of the manga, but now many years later, I get exactly what it was trying to do and what it was doing, and not what I wanted it to be. And it's just one of those movies I think stands the test of time. It's a certified classic. So that's my 5.
I still haven't seen that
go ahead.
movie all the way through. But I still haven't seen that movie all through.
I think you got to be in a certain mind frame because it could probably drag for somebody, or kind of, you might be like, this doesn't make sense. What's going on? But I've seen it so many times that now I know exactly what, I can understand the deeper messages that's being displayed. And you got to think about it too. It's from another country. It is not centered around America ideals and storytelling to some degree. And if you think about it, it's from a country that Hiroshima happened, right? Like that is all embedded in what this movie is about. And so it's interesting on that level because obviously our country was never bombed. We don't have that on the psyche of our people, having to survive from such destruction. But it's interesting to see how they play that out in their culture, in their movies, that level of war and destruction and surviving. And it plays in a lot of their movies, but this one in particular. And it was early for it to be 1988, and the science fiction and all the shit they're showing in that. And you can see it. It is obviously you can see Akira in a lot of these movies today. There was a new movie. God, what movie was this? Oh, Tron. Even Tron pays homage to Akira.
Oh, you watched that?
No, I seen that they show a clip on YouTube with they do the Trons. I mean, they do the Akira slide. Of course, what was the movie with the brother did now? I think it was.
Nope.
I love that one. He did it in 4. He did it in IMAX too. IMAX shot for that. Fantastic. But anyway, that was my list. Houston. What's your top 5?
So I'm gonna give mine in order from worst to best. Well, none of these are worse, but in order of preference. But I'm gonna give 2 honorable mention weapons. I did like the movie overall. I just was confused through most of it. But it was a good, entertaining movie. It kind of had the same kind of tone as Sinners, but didn't have the weight of Sinners. They didn't have the history of Sinners behind it. So, and another movie, I don't know if either of you saw this one. It was, I think it was Robert De Niro's the most recent role, Alto Nights. He plays 2 different characters. And honestly, I remember liking the movie. I don't remember a lot about it though, because there's been so much content I've been watching. But I did like that movie. But all right, so my number 5 is going to be, and I struggled with this. I forget the other movie I was putting in contender with it, but Captain America: Brave New World. And I'm gonna put it out there. It's not a great movie, but it's good enough, and it had a black lead superhero. So first $8. And I did go to the theater to see it twice.
Wait a minute, you played the race card?
Yeah, I played the race card. I did. We were all playing the race card with Black Panther. We played the race card with Blade. Why can't Anthony Mackie get some love? And
So did we play? I didn't. We didn't play the race card for those movies, did we? Those were bomb ass movies.
We was
Right.
doing dances in the theater.
Yeah, but they
But
because
they
they
were
were
good.
dope movies.
They were
That's 'cause they were
undeniably
good. You played the
you
race
think
card
that
on some
commercial
bullshit.
wasn't good? It wasn't good.
No, I'm
It was
saying you played the
alright.
race card on a movie that you have to do that to give it some props, but a real movie you didn't have to do that, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I acknowledge the movie was not good. What didn't make the
You
movie.
stuttered.
Damn.
All right, Stephen A.
Oh, come on, man! Don't do me like that. Nah, come on, man. Next thing you're gonna
Wow.
Whitlock and Stephen A. Please don't put my name.
Lord.
No, I'm talking about when old boy rolled up on him. He was like,
Oh, no. The main thing about that movie that did not make it work was the villain. Terrible villain. Terrible miscast villain.
Harrison Ford character?
No, he was the leader, the guy who played the leader.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
There you go. My point. But I mean, the fight scene with the Hulk, that was dope. I mean, I like that. And I thought Anthony Mackie, my favorite character in the MCU, has always been Captain America, right?
okay, but he ain't Captain
here we go.
America. He's Sam Wilson.
I understand that. I understand that. But I think if you're going to hand over the mantle of Captain America, I think he took it very well. I think he took it and ran with it. He, like Mike said years ago, wear the suit, homie. He did his thing, as far as I'm concerned. All right.
I would say if that movie had came out years ago, I would be right there with you. Like,
why years ago? How many years ago would it have to be?
Well, I just don't think it. To me, and I saw it this year. I didn't see it in the theater, but I did see it when it came on TV or whatever. And I thought it was cool, but I have seen so many of these movies by this time. There was just nothing special about it to me. I was just like,
well, you're gonna
it was
continue
watching it at home. That's what I'm saying. But if this would have came out like after Black Panther or something, or during the heyday of it, I would have probably been going nuts over this, But I've seen so many of this at this point. I think Anthony Mackie deserved more, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, he was great, but the fanfare was just not the same, and it's played out. So it's just like, damn, if they would have let him get shine early on, this movie would have probably gotten the juice it should have gotten.
Well, one of the things about this movie I did like, one of the themes was that, and everybody was beefing about this online. Why didn't he take the super soldier serum? That's what made him even more of a hero than Captain America. And that's what Bucky says in that scene. Captain America led through strength or whatever. I forget the whole thing, but you're leading through natural ability or something like that. And I'm like, props.
Yeah,
right.
You're right. You're absolutely right. But see, the tide changed, I think, so much with the viewership. They don't want to give him that props, like you just said. Like, it should be heralded for that. But because of everything that has played out in the real world, they just go, oh, it's woke. They don't even want to. They're not going to give it the love it's supposed to get.
I guess. Number 4, I say this reluctantly because all of the other movies have been, well, most of them have been great. This one was a letdown, but given what I'm doing only 2025 movies. Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning. It was good enough. I might put that after Captain America. I'm not sure, but it had Tom Cruise, one of the last leading men in Hollywood. It was kind of tired, but
Will Smith?
yeah, that's
Will Smith?
You're not seriously saying Will Smith.
Wow. You're not seriously not seeing. Okay.
What's wrong with Will Smith?
I don't think anything's wrong with him, but what was the last movie he did?
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys?
How long was that even this year?
Wasn't that last year?
Right. I mean, if I would think we'd be okay, put it this way.
Well, I agree with you. Tom Cruise is one of the last.
Will Smith
not
is
the
getting,
last.
Will Smith is getting clowned for putting out a video. What did he say? And I pulled the thing out the grenade and I threw it. he's getting clowned
What is this?
on. You didn't see that thing he put out, that video where he's it's the what is it? This is the comeback or something he said. Nobody knows what I'm talking about.
Nah, we don't. Nah.
I admittedly am not paying too much attention to him.
Well,
So
that says a lot right there. He's sitting in some room, and it's weird. He's got like Fruit Loops in front of him, and he's got kitty toys around him, and he's doing a rap. One of his raps. I can't think of the comeback or this is the blowback.
I've heard about that, but yeah, I didn't watch it. I was like, I ain't trying to see that.
Why is that, Ample? For exactly
because I want to keep my heroes up there. I don't want them to fall off. Just like I don't want to read the books about MLK's infidelity. Nope. Don't even know about
it. I think Will Smith might be 5 minutes ago. I don't see him being a leading man anymore. I'm not saying
I will agree to disagree. I think if you give him the right.
Go ahead. What? Go ahead.
You give him the right project.
I could say the same about Tom Cruise too, but
you give him the right project, they'll be back to go watch that. Just like all we gotta do is look at Bad Boys. The last movie you did, that was a success.
Yeah, he's not in the spotlight anymore. But there's no projects attached to him. No one's talking about him. Everything about he's getting clowned, and his daughter, his Willow, she did some video, and it's not helping him either. I'm just saying.
All right, but let's go back to Tom Cruise.
Okay, all right. So Mission Impossible, it was good enough to watch, and I'll put it in my top 5. All right, the number.
Still haven't seen that one yet.
Wait, hold on. I just got to say this. These supposed to be your 5 best movies, and you be like, yeah, I guess I'll put it here.
That's his list. This is his whatever list he wanted to be.
I'm just like, dude, did you like any of them? You just like, I guess.
You don't have to be movies you like. You don't have to be movies you like.
No, well, you did say like movies that we like and that we still feel. You did say that. But I like Mission Impossible. I just think it could have been better. It should have been a better finale. And it also suffered from a weak villain. The entity, I mean, I can't get threatened by algorithms. That's not a good enough villain. And the guy who the villain played by did you see it, Ample?
Nah, it's all right. Go ahead, spoil it.
No, just the guy playing the Isa Morales.
I saw the first the movie before it. He was in
right. He was ridiculous. I mean, I've liked him in everything he's done. Last thing I saw him in was Ozark, where he plays the drug dealer. Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Here, he's a clown. I mean, he literally is laughing. He does that. I'm like, the fuck? So, but it had Tom Cruise in it. It had some good stunts in it, so I'm putting it on my list. All right, my third one, number 3. I just saw this recently. One Battle After Another. I don't care what the haters are saying, what the blackarazzi or whatever you want to call them, Black Twitter, whatever they're saying.
Why are you calling out Black Twitter?
Because they're complaining about this movie. That's why.
Is it critiques or complaints?
No, I didn't. They are what they're saying is they're complaining. They're criticizing the film because this one dude said all of the black women in this film are portrayed as whores, which is patently not true. And I let him know that in the comments, and he can get back at me if he wants to. But I will say they do have Tiana Taylor looking a little crazy, but it's like just because we're black people and we star in a white film, when I say white film, I mean a white director, white producer, it's not Afrocentric. We don't have to be portrayed as perfect people because we're not perfect people. To me, that's going to turn me off more because you're saying you're fetishizing us as opposed to showing us as 3-dimensional people. And she's shown in this movie as a 3-dimensional person. To give you an example of her characterization, one might say it's the same characterization that Halle Berry had in Monsters Ball, except she is in this movie. She is a revolutionary, but she falls in love with Leonardo DiCaprio's character.
This is not making me want to see this movie.
Yeah, as I say, Q, when you piece all of it together, you just came right out the gate, and I don't care what the Black Twitter says, and well, if they say we look like, it comes off weird that you just came out the gate sort of stomping down on that issue, I suppose, as opposed to talking about the movie, and then you
Well,
go into this. Like, what are you trying to say?
well, what I'm trying to say is I'm leaning into it. I'm leaning into the criticism. I didn't know if Ampu had seen it, and maybe he felt the same way. So I'm establishing up front. If that's how you feel, I think you're not giving this movie its due rewards. And I'm telling you why. I think it's a fantastic movie. It's a great thriller. It's got a lot of action in it. The last two acts in this movie, once it grabs you, it starts off kind of slow as they establish the characters. Teyana Taylor and DiCaprio, they're revolutionaries, part of the French 75. And there's a lot of stuff that's almost too much on the nose modern today. When we see these guys at the beginning, they are liberating a Hispanic encampment where they're holding illegal immigrants. And it's Leonardo, Tiana, and Regina Hall. I keep saying Regina King, Regina Hall. There's this other actress in it, which she's getting a lot of flack. I can't remember the actress's name, but this is her actual name. I think we talked about this, Mike. The character named Jungle Pussy. Everybody's flipping out over.
Is that a black woman?
Yes, it is. But this is her actual name. Which you were the one that put me up on that, right? But I'm just telling you.
Wait, when you say actual name, you mean the actor's name or the character's name?
She's
a rapper, right?
She is.
I want the audience to notice the concept. Well, Michael's. I ain't seen the movie, and this ain't my list, but somehow I am the one.
I'm just saying
I want y'all to piece it all together. His stance and the way he's.
I'll just say.
Go ahead. What did I do again?
The character in the movie is named. Well, her code name is Jungle Pussy, but then come to find out that is her stage name in real life.
Right.
So I'm like, you can't.
So that is that one of those kind of when they when you see some of these far rights, they be talking. Well, Candace Owens said that these statistics are good too, so you can't say that I'm saying this because another black person. This is their real thing. Is that what this is?
We're talking about how she chooses to identify herself. So you can't.
Oh Lord!
Right. As I just said, isn't this the same?
You cannot.
She chose to do this, so you can't. You cannot fault us for putting the ratchet on screen, right?
You can't blame Paul Thomas Anderson for that. That's all.
Right. Well, you certainly can.
I know I can't. And if you don't go see this movie because of that, I think you are being closed-minded. If you go see it and you still feel the same way, all right, that's all good. All right. But to shut down because of what you're seeing online about this film and because of some of the judgments, I think you're missing out on, if nothing else, a good thriller. It's got Leonardo. It's got
at the expense of the black women looking crazy.
Regina Hall. This is one black character in the whole movie. That's the problem I have with this criticism. It's one black character in the whole movie.
Are there any black men in this movie?
There's Wood. We talked about this. Wood Harris. He's in it. Now he's not in it for a long time, and he's dating a white woman too.
Hey, that's your movie. Go on, Q. I ain't mad at you.
Well,
you stomping down for it too. I love the aggressive.
Sean Penn is in it. He does a fantastic job. I think this movie is worth going to see. This movie exposes the hypocrisy in this society today. And I don't want to give away the plot, but it is like it hits hard. And your girl Chase Infinity from my hometown, Indianapolis, fantastic job. She plays Leonardo DiCaprio's daughter with Tiana Taylor, and there's a whole thing with Sean Penn where I don't want to say too much, but I probably shouldn't say, but he has a little bit of jungle. He has a little bit of jungle fever, but then he's not willing to stand on business when it comes to dealing with some of the elements of this society. That's all I'm going to say. And the choices he makes as a result of that is really telling, and it's what I think is one of the issues with this society. That's all. Unless you want me to spoil, that's all I'm going to say. I'm spending too much time on this, by the way. Number 2 is Sinners. We don't have to talk about that. We've said everything there is to be said about that movie.
Number 2.
Number 2.
All right. I think we need to just count to 5 before I hear what number 1 is.
Oh,
You
that
said
is
count
yeah.
to
Oh, I already know what number 1 is. This is we're talking to Q.
you said, hey, after you count to 5, subtract 1, and that's the
There you
movie.
go. There you go. You already know what his
Fantastic
number 1
Four.
is.
Wow.
Fantastic Four.
Hey, and
Oh,
I want the audience piece it all together. Piece the
Hey,
choices, piece the music, movie
Fantastic
choices,
Four.
and piece the number.
My man
Look
Galactus.
what the man standing behind him is.
okay.
He's on
Hey,
brand.
I would be willing to give. I would give you a pass because I know your affinity for Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, and John Byrne. But still,
hey, man, listen. Fantastic
This
Four
is
was
his picks, man. This is his picks.
Fantastic Four was the first comic book I ever bought in 1978. I was collecting them up until the Ultimates in 2001. Every issue. I love the Fantastic Four. And I always was the one that said you can never depict Fantastic Four correctly on screen. And I was proven right by Tim Story twice. I was proven right by Roger Corman with that bullshit he put out just to keep the license to the film, to the rights. And I was proven right definitely by Josh Trank. So when I saw this movie blew my fucking head open. I saw it 6 times in the theaters, and I can't wait to get my 4K Blu-ray, which they bullshitting on the Blu-ray because all of the special features all add up to maybe 15 minutes total. And then they got an audio commentary. And I know there were cut scenes from that film which need to be on that Blu-ray. But that movie, to me, that was like when I first saw Superman 2 and wanted to get into the video business, film and video business. This is the first movie since Superman that I tried to memorize. I'm trying to memorize the soundtrack because it's such a great soundtrack. This is the Star Trek of superhero movies. It's intelligent. They don't take quick shortcuts. There's science behind it. All the characterizations for the most part are 90% spot on with these characters. All the characters look like the characters from the books. And I love the fact that the middle section is not all fight bang action, which we do love, but it's intelligent and it sets up the third act perfectly. And I was pissed that Pedro Pascal was hired to play the part because he's been like Ampu said in fucking everything. But god damn it, that motherfucker can act. And he is the best Reed Richards, maybe not visually, but the best Reed Richards from a writing standpoint that has existed on screen ever. So this is my favorite movie thus far of the year. And looking ahead, I don't see any other movies coming out that I think is going to supplant that. Unless they do a Blade movie before the end of 2025, which we know they're not. I can't see anything beating this as my favorite movie of the year. No, hands down.
Okay, I do want to see that one. I haven't seen it yet. I'm definitely checking it out.
Well, you know what, Mike? You like science fiction. I think I want to take a chance and say you're going to like it.
Oh, I probably will.
It's slow in the middle if you are used to in-game level action and throughout a superhero movie. But if you like science fiction, you're going to love this movie throughout the whole thing.
I don't know if they put out like the first 5 minutes or something. I feel like I watched an extended sort of view of this on something. Maybe it was on Disney Plus at some point. They had a thing or something. But I mean, it looks interesting. I think it's
visually, it's
the aesthetic of the time they're setting it in. I was like, okay, it's kind of cool. Again, it just looks like another Marvel movie to me, which it is.
It's not. It's not. I promise you.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm just saying it doesn't look like, oh, they broke the mold or something. I mean, I haven't seen it. I'm just going to my outsider's viewpoint of it. It just looks like the standard, stuff. But I do want to see it because I like the Fantastic Four. And I know you've seen it so many times. So I'm like, it must be good. Right?
Now, I will say, I paid to see it, I think, 4 times. The last 2 times I had my Regal Unlimited. So, I paid 50 cents to see it. But, yeah, it's far from it breaks the mold of Marvel movies because it does have that Marvel movie thing where there's a big action set piece at the end. But by that time, you're seeing Galactus like we've always wanted to see this motherfucker on screen. That alone is worth the price of admission, seeing a real Galactus. And not that bullshit, I shouldn't say that. Not the Galactus in the comic books where he's like, I don't want to eat your planet, but I must survive. This motherfucker's like, listen, I'm coming to eat your planet unless you give me your baby. Okay? I'm going to eat your planet and you're going to watch. This dude has no fucks given. So yeah, this was like watching when I first saw Jurassic Park, when I first saw Raiders of the Lost Ark, when I first saw Empire.
You put this on the level of Raiders of the Lost Ark?
For me, emotionally, just being thrilled at seeing a movie that just had me well, first of all, when
Well, you
Raiders of the
thrilled
Lost
because you saw the you love Fantastic Four so much to see them visualize.
Even if
like
I didn't like Fantastic Four, like you said, Marvel movies have a certain template. This does not follow that template. This was like when I first saw Lord of the Rings. It's just that magic. I felt like I like movies because I'm trying to chase that thrill that I got when I first saw Raiders, E.T., Star Wars. What's the other one? And I found them in Jurassic Park. Huh? Oh,
move over.
I found them. Okay. I found them in Jurassic Park, or Raiders of the Lost Ark, Lord of the Rings. I found it again as a 59-year-old man with Fantastic Four, and I've chased that dream, and I found it with that movie. It's not a great movie. There's things about it that aren't great, but for me, I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Right on. What was your 5 movies again, real quick?
Captain America, Mission Impossible, Final Reckoning, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Fantastic Four. Until Fantastic Four came out, Sinners was going to be my number 1.
Okay. Cool list all around.
I will see it, if nothing else, for the scene where they're driving through the cotton field, how beautiful that looked.
That's fantastic.
I will see it in IMAX it came out in IMAX about 6 months ago, didn't it? Or 5 months ago?
I think so.
This is the second release of this movie.
Yeah, it came back for like a short time.
Yeah, because they booted it for some movie that didn't do it as well as Sinners, and they brought it back. But I'm gonna go ahead and make this point. You played the race card as your reason for including Captain America, but you ain't gonna play the race card to keep Sinners at 1.
Look,
Dr. Umar is looking at you.
Yeah, Dr. Umar's a liar. That's all I got to say. I'm gonna say it. Some of these white women out here, nah, come on, man. You're not gonna convince me.
Man, all of the steps, audience. So just follow.
RealQStorm.com. Come see me.
But he threw that race card away for that white girl, huh?
It wasn't just a race car, because well, let me stop. I'll be talking too much sometimes.
Yes.
Hilarious. All right. Well, I will say the movie I have to go see off of your list, Aunt Pooh. I think I want to see the Tubi one. What was that called again? Game?
A Good Man.
A Good Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can watch that. And I would say the movie I definitely want to watch from yours, Q, probably Fantastic Four more than the Battle one. But I do want to see that one too.
Now, I will say the One Battle After Another, that motherfucker is nearly 3 hours long. 2 hours.
I definitely watched that at home.
But I will say this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did say that, but my son came home from for fall break. He wanted to see it, so I took him to see it again. It does not feel that long. I'm telling you, it feels like it may be 2 hours 15. That's what it feels. 2 hours, because I'm telling you that last half, man, it starts off with like a Mexican, and Benicio del Toro's in it too. It starts off with him helping these Mexicans escape through a tunnel so they don't get caught up in ICE raids or whatever. And at that point, it takes. Why are y'all looking like what?
I mean, hey, it is what it sounds like. That movie sounds exactly how the trailer makes me think of, which is why I'm kind of like, I'm cool.
But you saw warfare. That's a political. I mean, it's about war. This is about real life.
Sure. Right. And I'm not saying it's not about real life, but it just, to me, the way that it comes off of whose sort of viewpoint it is just doesn't necessarily appeal to me. Now, if you would have said this movie was by Ryan Coogler or Spike or some black person, and it was revolutionary, but it was slightly different, I don't think they would be promoting it this way. But if it was, oh, they got to get reparations, or oh, they got to do, and it was a black dude, and he had some white girl pregnant, looking goofy, busting shots like a gangster or something with a break. I don't think they'd be all having focus groups. Oh, this was the greatest thing. They'd be like, I don't like that representation of our women with the black guy making her thugged out. I mean, it just comes off as kind of corny. Like Tiana Taylor with the belly out, the imagery of her with the big belly, with the shot. I assume that is satire. I mean, that's how it looks from the trailer. Is that is it satirical sort of thing, or are they like dead eye serious? Like, no, she's doing it.
I would say you could. I guess someone can make the argument that it's satire, but all the stuff that happens in this movie is not far removed from real life. And typically satire takes real life and it blows it up to a ridiculous extreme to make a point. All the things that happen.
I guess my point is to say it seems like we are the one being played to be the satirist, blowing it up to make a point. But I wish they just using them to do that. Why do we got to be the ones?
They're not. What I'm saying is they're not using us. They're not. They're using. Here's what the basic plot of this movie is: Leonardo DiCaprio's daughter gets kidnapped by someone who wants to take revenge on his revolutionary days, and he has to get her back. That is the main plot. Now, but
visually, you see black women in that, though, right?
You see one black woman. That's Tiana Taylor's character. Regina Hall is more like a mother in this movie. She's more maternal. She wants to protect the daughter.
But what about that jungle pussy?
About her, she's only in the movie for one scene. She's in the movie for one. I'm just saying she doesn't really.
If a coon was in the movie for one scene, would you give that a pass?
She's not a coon.
Yeah.
She's not a coon.
I don't know what jungle pussy is, whatever you call that. If it
I don't call it, that was what her, and I bet you
regardless of what she could call herself whatever she wants. I'm sure there's a male rapper that's called some derogatory anti-black thing too.
The hair of dick.
Yeah, but that don't mean you don't mean you put them in the movie. Like, okay, yeah. There's probably some white dude that's I love Hitler, but they're not going to put him. They're not going to give you the excuse of, well, he really does love Hitler. We didn't make him say that. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't use that excuse.
You're saying they wouldn't put a fascist in a movie?
They would not get some real life person that says I love Hitler or something ridiculous anti-white or anti-Jewish, and they would not put him in the movie and then have him do the same exact thing. And then their excuse to you would be, well, that's what he really does in real life. So we didn't make him do that.
What I'm saying to you is someone's name versus what someone's actions are. Totally different. Totally different.
Very true. But if you have a black woman, and what's the name of it called? Is ghetto pussy? What is it? What's the name? Or jungle bunny? What is it?
I don't know why. Honestly.
So damn with her actions. I'm just saying the name says what it is. That's not a good look for our system.
I can tell you Q in from the
just like it would be if it was WAP or something. I wouldn't want them to have WAP in there. They could say, well, yeah, WAP is a real thing. Yeah, but we don't. But why you got to put that in a political thriller?
So what if you were doing a movie that was based on Cardi B's life? Would it be wrong to say the character's name was WAP? You may not.
Is this based on Cardi B? Is this based on somebody's real life?
No, but as I said, it's based on things that could happen in real life.
Were they even? Let me ask you this, Q. In the actual book of this that this is based off, were those black women in the book?
The book, this movie is loosely based on the book, and that's what the director says.
So the answer is either yes or no.
Okay, I'll say this to you: in the book, there are no black.
Come on, Mark Lamont Hill. No, I'm just joking.
There are no black characters in the book at all. So, do we want representation or not? Or does it have to be all perfect? I say no, because we're not perfect people. We're three-dimensional people. Okay,
So the answer is there were no black. There were no black women in the book. Is that what you're saying?
There were no black people in the book.
Right. So
It's
do
written
you
in
find
the
it
book.
interesting that they would actually add
Ew.
that to this story?
I find it
I mean, just
interesting
what are your
because
thoughts on that?
I think it reflects today's society to have black people in there, because black people were revolutionaries.
Interesting.
Miss Shakur comes to mind.
And they acted like these women did?
Damn. Okay, Ampu. I now
No,
Why are you going to Ampu? You can just answer the question.
let me, I'll tell you what. I now pronounce a new Drax.
Okay,
Oh.
now let's answer the
here.
question. I'm Drax, and I asked you a question. Now
What's the
now
question?
you've done that. What's the answer, sir?
What's the question again?
Now you don't remember what I asked you?
No, I don't. So you're going to ask me a question, or we're going to go back and forth? What's the question?
Well, no, you don't want to answer because I've already asked you.
I don't remember the
You
question.
did a whole little soliloquy. Had nothing to
What
do
was
with
the
the
question?
answer.
What was the question?
It's
Ampu,
all
he's
right.
not asking the question. What was the
I
question?
already asked you the question.
Ask it one more time.
Nah,
Because I didn't hear it. Okay.
Right.
Because you were afraid of the
now y'all can easily just go back and rewind and watch it for yourself. That's the receipt. All right. Any other things on these movies?
What's
Everybody
coming
quiet.
out for the end of the year? What else is coming out?
Glad
the
you
next movie-
asked.
Oh, I have no idea.
Glad you
wanna
asked.
see-
I actually pulled the list up. But in my opinion, I think for us, our must see movies is Predator Badlands on November 7th. I think we all have to see that one. No,
Is that coming
You
on
didn't-
digital?
no, it's coming to theaters. Yeah, I didn't watch Killers of Killers.
I'm not really.
Killer-
I watched that. That was dope.
So this is kind of continuing that. So I'm
And this
hyped
is
to see that.
Dan Trachtenberg. I mean, I do want to see it. I don't know if I'm going to the theater to see it. But.
Oh, okay, well that's definitely one of mine. Let's see what else they got.
Wait,
The
hold
Running
on.
Man.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
Is Predator Badlands? That's the one with the android woman that's chopped off or something. Is that one?
That I don't know. I haven't seen the trailer yet. I just know that it's coming
Lola,
out.
you've been seeing movies. They show the trailer.
They've been showing the trailer a lot.
Yeah,
He like takes his mask off or something. It's like a young predator.
Yeah, he's a young predator who goes to a planet that's supposed to be the most deadly planet, and then he meets an android who's been cut in half, and it's a woman with short blonde hair.
Okay, but I'm just saying I haven't seen the trailers. I know the movie's coming out. I just haven't seen the trailers. Honestly, after Weapons, I'm kind of like, nah, I don't think I want to see the trailers unless I really want to do that, because I don't want to be too spoiled.
Yeah.
I'm
with that.
Another thing is November 12th, they got The Running Man, and then the next sequel to Now You See Me, Now You Don't, that whole franchise. They got Glenn Powell, who's doing that show, Chad Powers. He's doing a great job on that, but I really don't see him in that role that Arnold made famous.
Really? You don't?
Because Arnold is this super muscle-bound action hero, and Glenn Powell, my frame of reference for Glenn Powell is this show where he's playing this comedic actor. So I don't know. I mean, again, hey, he may just have the acting.
Wasn't he in that Tornado movie or some Twisters movie?
He was in that, and he was also in he was in the Top Gun Maverick. I could see him totally in Running Man.
Okay, well, Top Gun Maverick, I don't recall his character. No, I don't recall who his character was in Top Gun Maverick. I definitely remember Twister, the Twister sequel, but I'm just saying my frame of reference is this Chad Powers movie, so I'm just like, okay, I'll see, because again, coming from Arnold Schwarzenegger, that's who I'm like. It's kind of like you going from Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger to Total Recall with Colin Farrell,
which I loved.
It was a good movie, but it wasn't giving me the same vibe because
it's not the same vibe.
Yeah. So we'll see.
But this movie to me is one of these like, who asked for this? I don't. It would be like if we're going to do a remake of what's the movie with Wesley and Schwarzenegger?
Demolition. I wouldn't be mad at that. Demolition Man.
But at the same point, they don't need to do that. Like, I don't.
Right.
They don't need to do anything. Come on.
Right.
Man.
That's why I'm not going to see it. I'm like,
the thing about this movie that I think makes Glenn Powell works for this movie is because, and I wonder if this movie is more like the novel, where in the Schwarzenegger film, it was like a big arena and they were contained in that arena. But in this movie, it's like, well, we talked, you and me, Mike, we talked about John Wick 2 on site. Everybody's getting the beeper and everybody's going after John Wick in the real world. That's what this movie is. So to me, I think Glenn Powell works better because Arnold Schwarzenegger's big ass ain't gonna be hiding or when he needs to and out running around being chased by the whole population. So I think
I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Well, you know what? I just found out who's the director, Edgar Wright. So that could go one of two ways.
Yeah.
Edgar Wright is
Shaun of the Dead. Is he?
Yeah,
what did he do? Shaun of the Dead?
He did Shaun of the Dead, Ant-Man. He did hold up.
Right, yeah.
So again, it could go one or two ways with Edgar Wright. You know, I'm trying to think what else did he did. Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, The World's End, Baby Driver. Okay, he did Baby Driver, so that was a good movie. So,
but the original movie was directed by, was it Paul Bernheim or something? I mean, he did RoboCop and all those. I mean, he was a very. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. He didn't direct it. He didn't direct Running Man, did he?
I was thinking. I don't think he did either.
I'm thinking of Total Recall. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm off base. I don't know who directed the original. I wasn't really a big fan of the original. I mean, I seen it in back in the day, but I didn't think it was like some great movie or something. Wasn't the guy from Family Feud in this or something?
Right.
In the old
Richard
Dawson. It was a clown movie back to me. It was a clown movie back then.
The director is Paul Michael Glaser, Glaser.
I don't know who that is.
He did.
So this could be better. To me, these are one of those kind of movies that they sound good because of nostalgia. But I think if you go back and watch the original, you'd be like, this is some bullshit. I was a kid when I saw it.
Looking at this movie, it looks like what was that movie? Crank with Jason Statham.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not. I'll go see it, but I'm not expecting much out of it.
Same.
To me, it looks like I could walk away feeling like I did when I walked away from Tron Ares. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah. I want to see that, but I'm gonna wait. Wait on that too.
I like Glenn Powell. I think Hollywood is trying to make him into the next Tom Cruise, and I'm not mad at that. I think he's gotten better. He's shown a range with Chad Powers. So I think he's getting better.
Tom Cruise is a dramatic actor, though. Like I didn't see none of these cats put in that kind of work yet.
I'm not saying they're going to be successful. I said they're trying to make it. They're trying to make him into a leading man. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, yeah, because I'm like, where's his 4th of July? Where is this? No. You can't stand the truth.
Well, Tom Cruise started off doing a movie called Losing It, where he was trying to lose his virginity. So you got to start somewhere.
But this cat hasn't been in movies before.
I'm a little disappointed that they didn't get Steve Harvey to be the host.
Hilarious. That would have been hilarious.
Oh,
that would have been perfect, right? Yeah, that would have
been great. Who guy that got Cole Domingo? What's his name?
Coleman Domingo. Yeah. I'm like,
he's in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
I'm like, come on. And I'm only saying Steve Harvey because the Family Feud connection. But I'm like, dude, how do you not go get you a game show host?
That would have been. Has Steve done a movie? Has he been?
Yeah, he's acted.
What's he been?
Has he in movies?
In movies, yes, he did.
Yeah, which one did he do?
First of all, the Steve Harvey show.
Movies. No, but we said movies. So, as his brain starting to realize, actually, he wasn't in no movies that I know. But go ahead.
Okay. So he was in Love Don't Cost a Thing, Johnson's Family Vacation, You Got Served.
Yeah. Okay. Now that you say that, though, I would not be mad at seeing some Steve Harvey being in movies. I think that would be hilarious and different. And I'm talking about put him in an action type movie. That would be hilarious. It'd be somewhat serious, but with him still doing his Steve Harvey shit, that would be funny as fuck, man. And if he was busting
him in this movie, that is brilliant. That was the move. That would get black people there and everybody.
I don't know about that, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I just think people would be like, "Oh, we get it. We know why you got him there, and let's see how they're gonna use him." Because like Richard Dawson's character, he was over the top, and you know he wasn't there to act; he was there to bring his presence.
Equalizer 4. They bring in Steve Harvey is the uncle to he's the backup. Oh, this is some bullshit right here.
So it's some other movies coming out. I guess this would be me and you, Mike. A very Jonas Christmas movie. I don't know if Gracie's into the Jonas Brothers.
No. Come on.
This is a weird one. It's called The Carpenter's Son. I thought it was a religious film, but apparently they said it's a horror film that's related to religious themes. So I'm like, stars Nicolas Cage and FKA Twigs.
Sounds straight to video.
Probably is.
Wait, who's the other person? Twig? What?
Yeah, FKA Twigs.
Who
She's
was
like
that?
some kind of singer.
You never heard of her? She's a Prince disciple of some sort.
I don't know about that part, but
Didn't she hung around him or something like that? I could have sworn she had some association with him. I don't know. Wicked for Good, the second part of the Wicked film. I'm gonna be dragged to the theater for that one. Good Lord.
I do want to go. I'm going to still see that, even though I hated the first.
Really?
One, but I want to. Yeah, it was 3 hours long. I'm like, good Lord, and I'm going to see the second one.
Was ridiculous.
What's that? What'd you say?
I said it was ridiculously long. I don't know if you guys saw the original movie a couple years ago, but Sisu, they got a sequel.
Yeah. I didn't see it, but I know what you're talking
see Sisu?
SISU.
SISU.
It's a revenge film, right?
Yeah, I can't remember if it was after World War I or World War II that this took place. But it's put it this way: it's like old man John Wick set after World War I. He was the wrong one.
I just know it does not hold back on the gore or on the violence.
Yeah. Zootopia 2 on November 26th.
First one was excellent.
Very well, very good. There's a new Knives Out movie coming to Netflix called Wake Up Dead Man. They're bringing Daniel Craig back as that character, so I'm definitely hyped for that. What else? Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I don't know what's going on. It just feels like we're scraping the bottom of the barrel these last 2 months. I'm not okay. And December 19th, Avatar: Fire and Ash.
Fuck. What's his name? What's the Cameron? Fuck him. I mean, I'm not mad at him for getting.
Damn, what happened?
This dude is the con artist of all time.
How?
Have you seen?
What's the con?
Have you seen the trailers for that movie?
I've seen one of them. I think
that movie is not. It's the same fucking story. Only it's not in the air. It's not in the water. Now it's in fire. Fuck out of here. Now, having said y'all about to clown, I do need content for my channel. So I'm gonna pay my 50 cents to see that shit. And I'm gonna hate watch it. And if there's a chance I may like it, but I can't see it's the same thing.
I will say I like the second movie much better than the first. I absolutely would say that the first one, it just was too white savior for me. The second one, the second one, at least they changed things up and they gave me something to like. This one, I don't know if this would probably be a stream. I just cannot see myself going to the theaters for it. And then Christmas Day, the new Anaconda movie starring Jack Black and Paul Rudd, which they decided. Yeah, Anaconda. Remember the Ice Cube Halo flick?
Yeah.
They made a remake.
Again, would you say scraping the bottom of the barrel?
Is it a comedy?
It's a comedy. So apparently,
you would hope so.
The movie is about these two guys going into the jungle to do the remake of Anaconda. So it's like it's one of those meta, and I'm like, oh man, come on. You just like
is Ice Cube in this? If they
If
get
you,
Ice Cube, or even if they got J Lo for just, I don't know if they died again in this
well, I'm
movie.
looking at the cast, and it doesn't seem they don't have him there. I guess if I went on IMDb, maybe, but it has Jack Jack Black, Steve Zahn, Paul Rudd, Thandie Newton.
Oh no, not Fandy. Come on.
Hey, when the money get low, baby,
That low?
she got to work,
Hey,
man. What you talking
ain't
about?
she like 50 something? So yeah, she better take what
She
she
got
can
to
get.
work.
You
Shit.
know how it goes. Well,
Oh,
especially
that's
for a
so
black
sad.
woman.
That's sad.
And she didn't get
I
the
mean, the
role
only,
in one battle after another. So
oh, here we go.
take this one.
Yeah,
The only
that
person you know,
that great thespian jungle pussy edged her out.
Right.
the only person I can see taking that movie and he deserves it is his type of movie is Jack Black. Paul Rudd, he's better than that.
Is
Mike,
it?
what's your new catchphrase? When the money
Oh,
get
when the
low.
money get low, hey, shit, they got to work.
The dude was an Avenger, for God's sake.
That don't mean she
And-
can't. So was Terrence Howard was in the shit.
Yeah, he
Y'all
ran
gonna
his mouth.
learn. They was clowning Terrence. Y'all gonna find out. You go over here and do this TV series.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed with the last 2 months of this year. That doesn't seem too
It
much.
seemed typical. It sounded like typical releases to me.
Like there's no Marvel film, which is shocking. No Pixar and no Star Wars.
Typically,
Because
they
they
would
played
have.
out, man.
Typically, this is when they have all their Oscar bait, like the dramatic,
Well, they
costume
probably
drama.
do, but those aren't the movies that we normally look into watching. So he ain't gonna
But I'm
mention
just and who's looking off for something that just on showing the movies that yet to come. I figure there'll be something like a British drama. Typically, they'll put
Well, yeah,
out.
I mean that's more, but I mean like The Housemaid. You want to hear about that? Sydney Sweeney.
Who?
Exactly. There's a movie called The Plague with Joel Edgerton. It says independent film company Image. I don't think you'd be. Well, okay, there is an A24 movie called Marty Supreme. It's a comedy drama. Timothy Chalamet, Gwyneth Paltrow. A24 is known for putting out good stuff, so you never know.
Well, I think you said it earlier, man, when you talked about those 2B movies and stuff. There's so many movies to choose from and so many genres of movies. The general public's not paying attention to. Obviously, Hollywood is seeing the general public is not even paying attention to these big budget movies like they used to. If you just go by the turnout of people going to these movies, I just think there's so many other things to watch, so many TV shows that are dominating their attention, reality shows, streamers. Movies just don't play the way they used to, as importance across the board. It is what it is, and there's just so many other things to watch. You have such a much as that. I mean, that you can sit there earlier and say, I've seen 6 of these one guy's movies that have never played in none of these theaters and don't even get mentioned. Obviously, shows where people are watching other movies and things. They're not watching the shit that they normally would push on us. Who cares? So when you have with those other movies, yeah, who cares? Like we don't care, like you said.
I don't know if I fully agree with you on that because on the one hand, I feel like Hollywood needs to. It's kind of like, dude, you got to do better because you have all this competition. You got to make this shit make Hollywood great again, so to speak. We thought they were going to be good with Superman, Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts. I feel like I'm missing another one. But at the same, no, sorry, no, nobody was.
No, I'm saying that movie
Jurassic
failed.
Park. No, I'm just saying as far as anticipated films, Superman, Fantastic Four, Jurassic Park. I think those were like really big anticipated films. But then at the same time, it's kind of like with Mike. Mike is a hardcore cinephile. Yeah, that's a good way. And he didn't go see Fantastic Four. And 5 years ago, he probably been at least second day dollars.
Well, yeah, but I mean, again, I'm more a fan of the movies than I am of how I will go see the movies. Like I'm not hung up on how I saw the movie, and I'm not am I hung up on when I saw it. I know I'm going to see it. There's no reason that I have to see it right now, right? Because I know it's not going nowhere. Like
opinion, I think that's changed because I feel like Sinners. When did you watch that?
I saw that immediately when it came out because that's something I'm
Exactly.
into. But that's what I'm into, right?
And I'm just saying, you're saying that you're going to go see it. And I'm saying 5 years ago, maybe 7, 8 years ago, you would have gone to see Fantastic Four first day. But
And
now
I
you're
said,
like,
you're right. I said, now I know I can see it later. I
that's
know
the problem with
back
Hollywood.
then I knew that in my mind, they made me think that I wouldn't be able to get to see it and I would have to wait. But obviously, we don't live in a world like that. I need to be able to see it right now. So I know that if I'm not going to see Fantastic Four right now, I know I can wait a month and see it and save my money and time and see it later. There's so many other things I can watch right now that I don't have to go out and go see that movie. It's just not that important to me. Not to say it's not important to other people. Q has seen it a number of times, and I respect that. Like that's what he loves. But I'm just saying, across the board, none of these movies I have to go see unless there's some cultural moment or something, and that's an outlier. Sinners is an outlier, right? That they don't happen all the time.
And that's the point I'm trying to make, is that Hollywood has taken a step down where even like, I'm sorry, Fantastic Four should have been the first day for you, Mike. And the fact that now you're saying I can wait, I think that's a problem.
Well, it's not a problem for me.
Well, Mike,
I'm the consumer. I don't care how Hollywood. That's what I'm saying. But I don't think the consumer could care less about what Hollywood needs to do. Right?
And I think
I just want to see.
I
just want to see the movies. That's what I don't think Hollywood understands. Just because they may think it's something important, and it may be important to them because that's how they make their money, doesn't mean it's important to me. I know that there's so many things that I can watch. Why should I have to go see that? Why? You should be. I want to see it on my timetable, or I'm not going to go see it. Right? That's why I always say, I want to see Fantastic Four. Normally I would pay, but I just told you I'll pay probably more if I could just watch it at home on the day it comes out. But that's not how the game works. So it's not a loss for me. You just won't get my money. I go watch something else. I'm still watching. I'm watching more movies than ever. That's the thing.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm just watching them at home. So you can either get my money the way I want to give it to you, or you just don't, and you can wait and I'll watch it for cheaper later. I'm still winning.
Yeah, because I'm looking, I watched 60 films that were released this year, and I'd say 12 of them were in theaters, maybe 15. Yeah.
You know, I'm watching more movies than ever. I have access to more TV shows. It's overwhelming, right? Like it's too much to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the part they don't understand too. They've offered so much. I'd rather just turn it off. I'm not going to watch nothing. It's too, I thought it was going to be great that Disney and Star Wars and Marvel was all right there. And man, now they got this. They got Spider-Man. They got X-Men. Great. It's going to be all. But what happened was they gave me, oh shit, I'm going to do this TV series, this TV series. It's too much. And the quality dipped. And now I don't want to watch none of it.
So if it's too much, then you go to see a movie maybe once a month in the theater. I don't.
Well, I mean, to me, it's the point where I've seen it so much, I don't care to watch it. I mean, it all looks the same to me, so it's like, it's no big deal.
Let me ask you. Let's say, Blade, finally Blade is coming out in November. Are you going to the theater, or are you going to wait for that?
It depends on what it looked like. Is it Wesley Snipes or is it old boy?
So what I'm saying is,
right.
I'm trying to understand why.
My question is, regardless, if it doesn't look good to you.
Well, if it don't look good, I'm not going. No.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm just saying, regardless of a Wesley or Mahershala.
I mean, to me, Superman is the example, right? Like, I didn't rush out to go see Superman, although I wanted to. I finally did go see it, but even I didn't rush out to go see it. I didn't have to. I can go watch Man of Steel. I'm good.
Man, it's from 2011.
Yeah, but it's still a dope movie to me. Like, I don't have to go. I saw the trailer for it. It looked like it's kind of different than what I anticipate. I heard what people said about it when they saw it, and it was like, wow, they make it sound even more goofy than I would have thought. And I don't need to go see this right now, or I can go see it next week. And then I went to go see it, and I was like, I don't need to go see it again.
I think I'm not going to speak for Ampu, but I think what he's saying and what I'm saying is, you have talked about Blade more than anybody on this forum, and so I would find it hard to believe that if Blade, I don't care who's starring in it, If that came
Well, I
out
mean,
in
you don't have
theater,
to believe it. I'm just telling you my fact.
I find it hard to believe that you wouldn't go out to see it within the first week at least.
If it
'Cause we
didn't
was
look
gonna
good, I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean,
Really?
I wanted to see Tron Ares. I was probably the only person big up in that movie. I still ain't seen that movie, and I was like, I'm gonna be day one. When I kept hearing about it, and I was, and I was looking at the times it was showing, like, do I want to go to the theater? Nah, fuck that movie.
If you heard negative things about it, it makes sense. You probably, I can hold off on that because I'm hearing negative things.
Sure.
But
Well, that's why I said if Blade looked good and I heard good things, yeah, I'm gonna be there.
all right.
So, like I said, I'm not anticipating Blade to be dope at this point. Are you? They ain't even announced the movie. I mean, they keep announcing they ain't. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand why that movie is even harder to do than all the other shit they do. I don't. What's the problem?
It depends on who's behind it. Like if you gave me
now you want to pull that card, right?
No, I'm just saying, yeah. If you give me Antoine Fuqua, you give me Ryan Coogler, I'm like, yeah. But I'm just saying the fact that it's been in development this long, I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't think you're gonna give me something great.
I'm the other way around. I've got to go see this movie, if for nothing else, to see what took so long. I'm thinking the opposite. Why did it take so long? I got to go see this movie now that it's finally hit the screens.
Well,
that's my.
So long, I think it's clear.
Yeah, I'm not spending my money for that type of curiosity, but I respect what you're saying.
Right. What took so long is Kevin Feige ain't fully invested in it. That's it.
Wonder why. What's wrong with?
Well, he was invested. Okay, is it a race thing? Because we got Black Panther, we got 2 Black Panther movies. I mean, so
well, if you ask Mike over there,
I don't work there.
No, I'm saying if you ask Mike over there, they weren't that invested in Black Panther. They did it. They did it to do it, to say, here, niggas.
I don't think.
And then it did $1 billion. They were like, what? And like we all said,
that track.
What's the follow-up? They had no plan for the follow-up because they did not see that film doing $1 billion.
Well, also because of the tragedy that happened too, they didn't have a follow-up.
No. He died 3 years later. They didn't have a follow-up for the next year. As a matter of fact, they announced a sequel to Ant-Man before they announced a sequel to Black Panther.
I mean, they've botched the Black Panther brand already. Was it Wings of? They had a thing. Did anybody here watch that show?
I watched the first 2 episodes and was like, I'm not feeling this.
There was a show.
What's your excuse? Oh, okay. Right. There you go. That's what I'm saying. So
yeah. So
what on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Don't worry about it.
I'm not gonna play the race card. I'm just gonna say they didn't seem to be that invested in this Black property, despite it giving them $1 billion.
If they invested in Black property, why would they take the risk? Now this was going on maybe 8 years ago. Why would they put money into putting Luke Cage on Netflix?
Luke Cage on Netflix. First of all, I think Netflix asked for it. Second of all, Luke Cage on Netflix ain't the same as Black Panther or any other Black superhero in theaters.
Well, you guys have Ironheart, right?
Yeah.
Is that Ironheart?
Yeah, there you go.
They're coming up with Wonder Man. Is that what it's called? Wonder Man?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's going to be a flop too.
Now, why you say that?
Here we go.
I mean, Mark likes it, and Mark's is just as big a comic geek as you. So I'm like, when I saw the trailer, I was like, okay, that's interesting. And Mark came into the chat with like, oh man, they got. I'm like, oh, well,
yeah, they're doing the same type of thing they did with One Battle After Another. They're switching the race of the main character.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't like it because of that. A lot of the new ends are not. You should patent that term. We should get that term known because I use it like it's a thing. But a lot of the new ends are not going to be happy with it, and I'm tired of fighting that battle. It's too much. And it looks like it's going to be like a WandaVision thing where I want to see Wonder Man. I don't want to see. And it has that character from Iron Man 3. Trevor, whatever, the guy who played the Mandarin, that fake out.
Oh yeah.
He's in it. So to me, you know what it's going to be? It's going to be another She-Hulk. That's what it's going to be. Another She-Hulk. More of a comedy than if you're going to put a Marvel character, any DC or Marvel character, superhero that I grew up with on screen, I want to see that shit. Don't use it to get your clever little manifestos or whatever, or your beliefs on. I don't want to. Don't parody because this is speaking to our. I don't want to. I want to see capes flapping, hammers throwing, shields being thrown, punches being thrown. I don't want to see you trying to make messages out of superhero characters.
But this is where Marvel has been for quite a while, right?
It's
not the Marvel. It's not the Marvel that when you think of Endgame and Infinity War. Is it a different Marvel now today than what those were?
Oh, post Endgame with all the shit that they've been putting up on TV, like She-Hulk. Yeah, that was garbage. Ironheart, garbage. What other shows have there been?
I mean, there've been movies too, right?
The new Daredevils is okay. It doesn't have.
Miss Marvel. You got Miss Marvel. What was the movie? The Marvels. The Marvels movie.
Garbage.
Thunderbolts. It's all right.
Well, Thunderbolts was okay.
No, Thunderbolts was good. That was really good.
It wasn't until the last act. Then it became a formulaic Marvel movie. It was good up until that point. I loved everything about it. And you know what? I'm not going to take a lot of time.
Eternals.
Garbage.
That was good.
Huh? See how very you guys are one end or the other.
Man, you got Eternals, or you can take a bottle of Xanax to get to sleep.
Damn. Wow. Well, my point is to say Marvel has got more years of kind of subpar whackness than they do of greatness at this point. And I have not seen them turning the corner yet. I think their subpar whackness is overshadowing at this point even the good times I remember back from, and those were a long time ago. It's interesting that we still hung up on how we felt when we saw Endgame, and it's been a long time since those movies came out.
I'll put it like
this. They ain't never been the same since then.
It's the Michael Jackson effect. It's the Michael Jackson effect, because once Michael put out Thriller, he was like, I can't do anything wrong now.
Yeah, but he had Bad.
He got a pass with Bad, but Bad was
dangerous too. No, there wasn't no pass. Those were bangers.
Slow down.
Marvel does not have a Bad, nor does it have a dangerous.
Slow down. Let it. I was gonna say let a Negro finish. Bad was not anywhere near banging like Thriller. It was good, but it wasn't banging. And every album after that got progressively, I'm not gonna say bad, but it got worse compared to where he was with Thriller. That's what Marvel suffered from. We did Endgame.
No, not at all. That analogy. Strong no.
You can put anything out there. I could put out the Invincible album and get Sony to pay $300 million, some ridiculous amount of money, even though it's garbage.
Okay, respectfully, I'm gonna shut this down. If Thriller did not exist, Bad would be the greatest album of all time. If Thriller and Bad didn't exist, Dangerous would be one of the greatest albums of all time. If Avengers Endgame or Infinity War didn't exist, Brave New World would be what?
Trash.
One of the best.
Thunderbolts would be what? No. Come on, bro. No. Eternals would be what?
Trash.
The Marvels would be what?
Hold on, Ampu. I'm trying to understand what you're trying to say. Are you saying that if we didn't have an Endgame or Infinity War, you're saying Captain America, Brave New World, Thunderbolts, these would be some of the greatest Marvel movies of all time?
No.
Black Panther would be the Thriller. That's what would have happened.
Yeah. No.
And it was the Thriller at first.
My point being is, without you're saying since Thriller, it went down. And I'm like, no, those albums just couldn't live up to it, but they were still good on their own. But since Endgame and Infinity War, can you tell me what Marvel film since Infinity War and Endgame that you would say, if they hadn't existed, we would be holding them up to this great high standard? Like you would easily with Bad and Dangerous, which came after Thriller.
Okay, so first I got to scan my memory banks and remember the movies that have come out.
That should be the end of it. That should be the end of it right there.
But, because the movie,
I remember Bad and Dangerous came out.
no, we're talking about the movie now. Now, to me, I want to say Fantastic Four.
Stop it.
To me,
Okay.
I'm gonna say Fantastic Four.
Okay, that's
You ain't
one.
even seen this shit. What you talking about?
That's
Stop
one.
it. You ain't even seen it. I would say Thunderbolts, maybe. Maybe.
No.
You really like Thunderbolts that much?
No, I'm saying,
but that would mean you're saying Thunderbolts is better than the Winter Soldier, which it is not.
Who's saying that?
No, I'm saying,
if
my thing is films that came after Endgame, like he's trying to say with the albums that came after Thriller.
Right, but that's because Endgame and Xfinity blew Winter Soldier and Black Panther out the water. Like they became the new. Well, before those movies came out, Black Panther was the one that was the tentpole.
Okay, here's the list of films that came out after Endgame. Spider-Man Far From Home.
Trash.
Black Widow.
Trash.
Shang-Chi.
Trash.
Eternals.
Trash.
Spider-Man No Way Home.
Black Widow wasn't trash. I'm gonna take that back. That's not right. It was pretty good.
Stop it. Spider-Man No Way Home.
Trash.
That was a good one. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
Trash.
Thank you. Okay. All right. You got me. My mouth was open. You got me. That's Eddie Murphy.
Actually,
pause.
Okay, I
Eddie
think
Murphy,
the only one after that may be Deadpool and Wolverine.
All right. Another good one.
I think those are the only two. The only two.
Cameo
Doctor Strange
trash.
and Deadpool, Wolverine. Hold on.
Those would be the only two.
All right. Yeah, okay. You stood on business. I'm with you on that. I forgot about that.
Should I go Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania?
Trash.
So
Guardians
going back to my
3.
I would say trash, but I know a lot of people like that movie, so I give them their due. It was all right.
Well, I said all that to say, don't you ever in your life disrespect Michael. What's his name? Joseph Jackson.
Stop it. Well, that just also shows that Marvel's got more years of trash than they do of greatness.
I don't know if we're saying that.
Well, he just laid it out. You just have trash. Trash.
Hold on. When did Endgame come out? What year was that? 2016?
No, 2019.
I don't know.
So that's 11 years of decent stuff.
Stop it. Stop it. Compared to what they came from, this is a big step down, man. And they had such
I'm saying from 2008 to 2019 was good stuff. I don't think, and he makes a good point. Now, from 2008 to 2019, I say there's only 5 really good Marvel movies.
Okay.
From 2019 to 2025, which is 6 years, 2 years less than from that first run. There's only 2
put out
good
more material. Yeah, and they put out more bullshit.
Yeah, like I'm sorry.
It is what it is.
I'm sorry. Black Widow shouldn't have happened. I like Eternals, but it just wasn't keeping it. Shang-Chi I liked, but just wasn't there. Thor, oh Lord, that was terrible.
Yeah, and then you pile on all the TV shows.
Yeah,
you know, it's just it's like I said, it's more bullshit, and it taints the brand. That's why I'm like I'm over it. Like it's nothing. I've seen it all, and I can't imagine what are they gonna do in this new movie. Hopefully they're not going to try and play the same beats that we all cheered for before, because that ain't gonna work. So the holding the shield up in front, we already saw that 10 years ago. Put me back in the fight, nigga. We saw you might be able to play that one time in one of these movies, but they're gonna have to create some new type of stuff because it can't be a rehash of Endgame and Infinity War moments. It just that ain't gonna work. I don't care how many cameos and it's gonna come off as cameo super porn. I don't know how you make a movie with all these type of characters. That ain't never really worked, but somehow they're gonna crack the code on this. and then stunt casting Robert Downey Jr. Man,
Well, if there's
they need to stop.
well, if there's any hope for Doomsday and Secret Wars, that you have the Russos back, and you have
Who?
the Russos, Anthony and Joe Russo are back, and you have Michael Waldron and Stephen McFeely who did Endgame and Infinity War. So there's some hope,
Again,
as well as
it's a rehash of something that was over 10 years ago. And if you go by the Russo brothers' work after, yeah,
Say
man,
it. Say it.
she just trash.
The Russos been fucking up. They've been fucking up lately.
Wait,
What
what did
they
they
banging
fuck
no
up?
bangers?
The Gray Man with what's that dude's name? He's the actor. I don't like him. What's his name?
Oh, he's in the new Star
Uh,
Wars movie. Ain't he?
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. I didn't like him in Blade Runner 2049 or whatever that movie
Yeah.
was.
Okay, I'm looking at the Russos. They've had 21 Bridges. That was okay.
Was that the one with Black Panther dude?
Chadwick. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
Extraction.
they were producers on that. I don't think they.
Extraction.
Oh,
Was that with Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah, they were producers, but they did write the story. Extraction.
Okay,
Was,
both of those were dope. Both of those were dope.
I wouldn't call it dope, but it was.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I
John
liked
Wick knockoff. It is
Yeah, The Gray Man. They wrote, directed, and
Trash.
produced.
trash.
Extraction 2. They produced and wrote. Electric State, which oh my god, that was I didn't
heard
even
that was
finish that.
I was in
I
5-10
didn't even
minutes.
finish it. Yeah, that was directed and produced. But I mean, hey, I'm not going. It's like I want to say, well, hey, I mean, they ain't got those characters, but then I'm like, well, Ryan Coogler didn't have those characters, and he just put out the best picture of the year. So
Yeah, Ryan
can't
Coogler's
give
on a
them
different
that.
level. Yeah, he on a whole
My
different level.
concern is totally personal to me. Is that as much as I love Fantastic Four, the way those characters were written, even though some of them may not have been written like they are in the books, they were still written as very good characters. You're going to bring them into, because they were in Earth 828. Now you're going to bring them into the MCU Earth 616, and whoever's writing that movie, they're going to fuck up everything that was magical about those characters in Fantastic Four. Now the other thing is, I would be surprised if any of those characters get more than a half hour of screen time. Because like you said, I had to go plug my computer, and so I went down. But I heard you say, Mike, that there's going to be so many characters and cameos in this movie. That's going to be the sell of this film. No good story. And we all know that Dr. Doom is in this only because your boy got fucked up, hemmed up at the last second. He couldn't play Kang. So coming in, doing this whole thing, Robert Downey Jr. at the last second, that's desperation.
Yeah, they better knock it out of the park. That's all I can say. They have to, because that's too much, man. That's just Robert Downey Jr. alone playing Dr. Doom. You're gonna have to do so much explaining to the average person.
Well, I believe this is the prevailing rumor, because we first see Dr. Doom in a end credit scene in Fantastic Four. But we see him that quickly. So Dr. Doom is in 828 in the Fantastic Four.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm general public. I don't know what the hell. We didn't go see Fantastic Four, so I don't know what that means.
He was formally introduced in the Fantastic Four movie, which does not take place in the same universe as the MCU movies have been.
Right.
Now, at the
I'm
end
just saying, the general audience will not know that because they haven't even seen Fantastic Four. Like, you know what I'm saying, like that whole connected thing that they was able to do 10 years ago, that don't work today because we're not seeing these movies.
You're making my point.
They just gonna have to explain it all in this probably 3-hour movie, and they're gonna expect us to follow that. It's gonna be crazy.
I just want to know how. So this movie establishes that Dr. Doom came from that alternate universe of the Fantastic Four. How does he get to 616? At the end of Thunderbolts, we see that scene where the Thunderbolts are looking at the screen and they see the Fantastic Four rocket ship coming to 616 Earth, MCU, to the and you know what I'm talking about, Ampu? Okay. So is Dr. Doom from that same universe? In which case, how does that play into it? Or does Dr. Doom have his time machine, which is canon in the books?
So I can see the focus groups now. They're gonna be like, now what show is that? don't know which was that the TV show. We don't have Disney Plus. Which one?
Well,
Oh,
that's part of the issue that the Marvel Studios have been having. They've made it so convoluted between the TV shows and the movies. I think that's part of why people didn't go to see Thunderbolts, didn't go to see well, maybe not Captain Marvel. I think that was racism too. And then Fantastic Four, because it's gotten to I haven't seen this. So I'm not going to go see that. And I had to tell a couple people on Facebook, well, you don't have to have seen any of the other movies to see Fantastic Four. Because they're thinking, I need to get caught up and I don't have time.
Right. And I think that's a big thing because, and then on the consumer point of view, I really don't care. Like even if I have to think that I got to think and know all this homework, I'll just go see something else. Like I'm just going to see a good time. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? We go to the movies to have a good fucking time. Last thing I want to think about is I got to think. And it'd be different if it was some shit that was dope as hell, but it's not. So it's like, there's another Martin. We'll go see this. You know, so that's what I think they're up against. It's become what the comics were. Comics are so convoluted, and now the movies are the exact same way. You know, there's no real starting point. It's not an easy starting point. I think that's the problem. And again, it's just they had their run, man. Nothing lasts forever.
With that being said, what are your thoughts on the DCEU?
Same thing, really. Like,
well, my thing is, I liked Creature Commandos. I thought Superman was a stinking pile of shit. What else have they done?
Peacemaker.
I like Peacemaker.
Oh, Peacemaker. I haven't seen it.
I don't know why they canceled that show. I think it's one of the best things that DC has put out.
Well, I don't think they canceled
it. I like Penguin. Penguin was dope.
Penguin was good.
Well, so I don't think they canceled it. I just think they were only going to do 2 seasons, and that was it.
I read that they canceled it. And if you saw the finale, you clearly would see that that's not they did. There's no way they did what they did in the finale with not intending to come back for season 3.
Okay, interesting.
But I will say I understand. Even I may not like it, like Superman. I couldn't stand that, but it looks like DC is outshining the MCU right now. I think the Superman movie did pretty good. It may not have done what they expected. I think it got more shine than Fantastic Four.
Which I would think would be obvious. I mean, it's Superman, right? Nobody knows Fantastic Four is compared to Superman.
I don't think this Superman, well, I could be wrong. I don't think this Superman in some ways had created the same polarity as like a Man of Steel. And maybe I don't know. I haven't seen. I've seen people like me in my camp that say it's too silly. That's not how Superman acts. That's not how he behaves. But I haven't seen that very strong. I haven't seen that argument being made. So I'm just backing off.
Yeah, I think the testament of it would be 3 years from now, 4 years from now, right? Like, because when you bring up Man of Steel, that movie came out in
2011.
20. Wow. It's 2025. They still talk. So if you can imagine, you think they're going to be talking about this James Gunn Superman 6 years from now or whatever, that's to me to be the test,
It was either 2011 or 2013.
It's definitely back then. That's a long time ago. God damn. And we're still talking about it. That's why I'd be like, hey, if you got people still going that hard on movies that came out way back in the day, maybe there's something about it. I don't see the conversation because there's been a lot of comic book movies and most of them you forget they even existed. They don't be going hard or bad on them.
It was 2013, by the way.
2013. Yeah, that's a long time. I thought I didn't see all the Creature Commandos, so I don't know about that one. I haven't seen Peacemaker 2. I did like the first season. Superman, we talked about it. I like that it's a comic booky style one. I just think it could have been done a lot better. I have no problem with the actors in the movie though. I thought they were good. I just don't think James Gunn is the guy you would get to do Superman. Personally, he seems great with that other kind of style, but what Superman is supposed to be, that was a great experiment. But for the next one, just get somebody else to do it. That's my point. You can use the same actors. Just get somebody that's not into that all that other foolishness. Because I just don't think it worked.
I just don't need to see Superman arguing with his girlfriend whether or not he's punk rock.
Yeah. I just chalk that up. That's the times. Some people they love that type of stuff.
You didn't get the You mean you didn't get the metaphors that was being expedited into the meta world of guns of going on? You didn't get that? Yeah, that was whack.
You just gave off.
And then they had to end the movie with a.
You cut out. What did you say? You
with a what?
With a what?
No, I didn't say anything.
And you cut out.
We couldn't hear what you said, Ant.
I didn't say anything.
You said they ended the movie and then it went silent. We didn't hear what your punchline was.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
All right, man. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you said
okay over there? Scream for help. You're not being kidnapped or something. You're looking off screen.
You said something about Superman and you didn't get at the end. They ended it with, and then you cut out. And I'm dying.
Okay. Yeah, they ended it with the punk rock song. That's all. Yeah.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
Punk rock song.
That was the whole.
Right.
I guess that was the punchline that they were going for. Like, yeah.
Well, Superman is punk rock. That's what they kept saying. Right?
Do you think the Supergirl movie is going to do good?
No.
Why you say that?
Do you?
I don't know what to think anymore.
For me, and this is the problem I think Marvel and DC are doing, is when you have like DC, you have these iconic characters: Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman did almost $1 billion. Aquaman did $1 billion. You got Flash and Green Lantern. These are 5 iconic. Damn, I can't even get the camera angle right. You got 5 easily iconic characters. Then you even have Robin, if you wanted to. You have I'm trying to think of you Martian Manhunter. You have the Teen Titans. Why are you trying to give us the Authority and Swamp Thing and Clayface? I mean, these are movies. These are movies that are greenlit. And Supergirl. And okay, and you know what? I'll take a step back. Supergirl, I think they can make work if they had made Superman work. But considering the reception Superman has gotten, I don't think Supergirl is going to work. That's just my opinion.
Well,
I'd love to be proven wrong, but I don't feel like they're going to nail Supergirl.
Well, I'll tell you, I think it's a bad idea to show your character coming in as a drunk and a lush. I don't. Do parents want to take the? If you have a daughter or a young son, and you saw that portrayal of Supergirl at the end of the Superman movie, would you say, "Okay, kids, let's go see Supergirl"? Would you?
And I think you got a point, because say what you will about how mature these superhero movies have gotten, I think you really need to know. Like, I'm gonna have to give Q the devil his due. End of the day, the core of those characters, I think Superman is a PG character. He is that hope, truth, justice, the American way, and all that stuff. He's the ultimate he's the first superhero. So yeah, I understand Supergirl is not Superman, but I do believe that for most of the audience, they're going to view Supergirl as a spinoff of Superman and expect the same type of character. Now, you can probably say, hey, this isn't that. You can probably do a good film where it's like, hey, showing that Supergirl isn't Superman and this is why it can work. But again, if you haven't established, they haven't made Superman a hit, I don't think it's going to work.
I think they would argue they did make Superman a hit. I mean, and then they've already greenlit the sequel to it. I don't know how this Supergirl movie will play, but again, I don't think it's directed by James Gunn, but I'm not sure if he's writing it or not. But if you know it's coming from James Gunn, it's an assumption of what it's probably going to be like, and you kind of know that Lobo thing is supposed to be in it with Jason Momoa. So to me, it looks like it's going to be straddling the line between a Deadpool kind of themes, with her being a drunk, and probably some Lobo being more of a Deadpool type of character. I can see it playing in those lines. It'll probably be right on the border of PG-13. I wouldn't be shocked if they did it R-rated.
I mean,
because some of the other stuff in his James Gunn's is R-rated already in the DCU. So I wouldn't be shocked if it went the R-rated route. If they can look, and I'm sure they got the analytics to see, well, we know what Superman did numbers wise. We already know what this is going to do when we put it out. It ain't going to go better than Superman. That's a given. So why don't we just go? We might have just go R-rated. We weren't going to make that big money anyway, and we can get the adult audience. Because like Q said, I don't think parents would take their kids to see something like this. Personally, I wouldn't take my daughters.
I just think you got to have balls to run a studio and make your movie, which is entitled Supergirl, R-rated.
And he's got them kind of balls. I mean, he done shown you. I mean, they be doing Pedro. Why did he get fired from Marvel, right? This is a guy that crosses the line. That's his MO. I haven't seen Peacemaker, but from what I hear about it, it sounds like they be crossing the line.
Oh, yeah. You know what?
I'm cool on it, but that's
part of it. I read Aunt Pooh. I read that was part of the reason that that may have gotten canceled because of episode 2, season 3.
The orgy.
What is this season? No, this season 2. Yeah. Episode 2, season 2. Yeah, the orgy.
So ask yourself this:
was totally unnecessary.
Right, but would you think they would ever have an orgy scene in the MCU?
No.
Like in any circumstance? Oh, well, this is the R-rated, super R-rated Deadpool. You think they'd have an orgy scene in the MCU property? So would he have a Supergirl that's R-rated? Yeah, he got orgy scenes in the DCU. They're doing what the fuck they want to do. They on some other stuff, man. But anyway, any last things before we get up out of here, man?
I was gonna say I was just gonna say 2 movies that I am looking forward to. The Odyssey, these are next year, and I'm assuming The Mandalorian and Grogu is next year. Really?
Wow.
Oh, over it. Way over it.
Wow.
Get them out of here. I mean, they can put it out, whatever, salute, over it.
I'm not saying I don't understand. You've lost faith. And I got to tell you, the Trump dude that was in my classroom today, he came in and saw my lightsabers, my R2-D2s, and, oh, you're a Star Wars fan. Me too. And he showed me his cosplay as the Mandalorian on his phone.
Hilarious.
This dude spent like $5,000. Looked like he had 2 pennies to rub together, but he spent $5,000. And I had the nerve to say, yeah, that Baby Yoda shit though. Oh, what'd you say about Baby Yoda? What'd you say about Baby Yoda? Oh, they don't get Trump on me now. Come on now.
He can have
that's what makes me. Is this just something to sell toys? Or they're gonna give me a good like season 1 Mandalorian?
Why do they have to? But at this point, they don't. Yeah. Anyway, those are the ones you anticipate. All I can look forward. I'm looking to Michael. That I'll be there day 1.
Say what? What was it?
The Michael Jackson movie, Michael.
Yeah, that's been stalled how many times? Like that's the Blade 2.
Yeah, well, it's coming out next year. They're just gonna do the 1 movie, and then we'll see about the other part of it. But I'll be there. It better be good, goddamn it.
Well, I'm putting money on it. I don't want to. Is that Antoine Fuqua directing?
Yeah. Antoine, you got Nia Long. There's a lot of people in the movie. They got to nail Michael.
Did he just Straight Outta Compton?
April 24th.
April 24th.
No, that was F. Gary Gray that did Straight Outta Compton, my man.
Yeah. He's been doing the Equalizer movies.
Huh?
He's been doing the Equalizer movies.
Fuqua.
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
I'm excited for Scary Movie 6.
Hilarious.
Yeah. I want to see. I mean, they're bringing the Wayans back, so I'm
I'm not mad. I want to see the Wayans do their thing. I'm not mad at that. I want them to do White Chicks though. That White Chicks sequel. That's what I want to see. That would be so cold.
Speaking of the Wayans, I'm telling you, Marlon Wayans needs to get an agent to get him into some dramatic roles, because everything he's done from a dramatic standpoint, he was fucking awesome. Even if everything else around him sucked. Him and Bel Air, get this guy a serious part, and I bet you they'll be talking about Oscars for him. He is, and Mike, you said this years ago in the podcast. Comedians, now this is arguable. You said comedians are turning out to be the best dramatic actors. Jamie Foxx, Eddie Murphy, the only two I can think of right now. But I put Marlon Wayans. He has the ability to do this. Will Smith.
I wouldn't say Will Smith.
Marlon Wayans, I would put him as potentially in that same tier. What I've seen him do dramatically thus far. He needs to be doing some dramatic.
You throw Cat Williams in some scenes. Some things Cat Williams has been really good dramatically.
He done dramatic. I don't know. I don't follow him that much.
The Donald Glover TV show. He was in that.
Atlanta. Yeah.
I don't remember him in that. Okay,
but I just think it's harder to be a comedic actor than it would be to be a serious actor.
Next year got some good ones coming out. You got Return to Silent Hill. Really? Get the fuck out of here. You got Scream 7 in February. No, really? Wow.
I mean, I'm not hating it. It's a franchise people love. I'm not.
I mean, if you tell me you got a Chucky 8, you'll get the same reaction. It's enough.
Underworld 13. You know, hey,
you got The Mummy coming out April 17th. This is Blumhouse, so I'm expecting the quality to be a little bit better.
Didn't Tom Cruise have a mummy movie?
Oh my God!
I'm hoping it's going back to the Brendan Fraser mummy film.
That ain't helping. That's okay.
What? Okay. Wow. Mortal Kombat 2.
It was just a fake Raiders of the Lost Ark knockoff and threw mummies in it. That's all.
I enjoy it. Mortal Kombat 2, May 8th. Masters of the Universe, June 5th.
Listen to these movies, man. These are ridiculous.
Really? What?
Masters of the Universe?
He-Man? Yeah. Wow. Okay, Toy Story 5.
What's next? Johnny Quest live action. Haji returns. Kevin Smith is Haji.
You got Spider-Man Brand New Day, July 31st.
I'll go see that, but I'm not going to expect anything.
Well, Resident Evil, directed by Zach Kreger. So,
okay.
Really? Not even with your boy?
No, I'm saying it might be cool, but damn, can't we do something else? Like
I'm with you. I'm with you, man.
It's like they're just pulling from. Now they're pulling from like the ridiculous bottom of the barrel. Like it's one thing to do sequels of movies, but now it's like, yeah, man. It's just,
100%.
Well, I mean, say what you will, those Resident Evil movies were profitable. So
I'm not saying they're not profitable. I'm just saying bullshit gonna be profitable. I mean, that's
does it say who's starring in them? Is Mila Jovovich coming back for that?
Nah, they got they got a bunch of nobodies. Austin Abrams, Paul Walter Hauser, Zach Cherry, damn, Kyle Reese. I don't know who that is. Oh,
Reese, wasn't he in Terminator?
Callie.
AI Kyle Reese playing Resident Evil. It's all tied together.
We got
money really get low.
Did you say Halle? As in Halle Berry?
No, Kylie Reese.
Oh, Kylie.
We got Street Fighter October 16th. New Hunger Games, New Narnia.
Another Hunger Games?
Yeah. And then December, I'm like, okay, this is a good December. You got New Jumanji, Avengers Doomsday, Doom Part 3. So yeah.
Wait a minute, is that this December or next December?
Next December.
Jumanji.
Avengers Doomsday is not coming out till next December?
Yeah, they got to get that shit right.
I thought they started shooting like 3 months ago.
Well, I think weren't they filming both back to back? So
Be the third round of reshoots.
Listen. I'm
They
calling
didn't
it
have, they
right.
didn't have no script, right? They was shooting without the script.
I'm calling it right now.
Mm.
Just like if you watched House of the Dragon, or you watch The Boys, I guarantee you, it takes so fucking long to get these things out. I don't give a shit about any. I stopped watching Invincible. There's another season of Invincible coming out. I haven't even bothered to watch the season that came out because it takes too fucking long. Now it's gonna take till December to get Avengers Doomsday out. Ain't nobody gonna give a shit about that movie by that time.
that's
They're gonna make you
They
care.
gonna-
They
yeah,
certainly
you
gonna
won't care.
try. And that's the thing I want to say. When those movies come out, man, watch how they promote this. Watch how your favorite YouTuber or whoever, they're gonna be so inundated, and they're gonna be so many cash payments and so much jocking. People say, "Oh, I saw the sneak preview. Marvel's back. Gonna be the greatest." They're gonna be dick riding so hard, boy. That's why I can't wait. And their movie better be good, because it's either gonna be the biggest. It'll be something we've never seen before, where something comes back after all these years and blows the water out of the ballpark, and you ask yourself, how many times does that happen? Or it's gonna be probably the biggest disaster in modern film history. And they're gonna be like, how much was spent on that? And all the stories of the reshoots and the arguments and fights and everything gonna come to the table, boy. And it's gonna be crazy. Because I'm sure the other side that don't want the movie to be successful, other studios, are gonna be paying all their little bot farms and private investigators to drop the stories and what happened to sabotage this, and Marvel, they're gonna be hyping on it. It's gonna be crazy, man.
I
I don't
just
think
remember.
we've ever. It'll be a promotion we've probably have never seen in a movie in our lifetime. You know?
Was it the first Avengers movie where in the credit scene, that's when we first saw Thanos?
In the first movie,
The
I
first
can't even
Avengers
remember.
movie, when they
Yeah,
when
yeah,
the Chitauri invade New York. That's when we first saw Thanos, right?
I think so.
Okay, I remember, if that's the right movie. I remember when I thought it was a scroll. I didn't know there was Thanos at the time. But when
Mm.
I remember he turns to the camera in a close up and he says, "If you want to do something right, you got to do it yourself." The audience went crazy. I remember
Did they?
the one I saw then.
Mm.
The way they introduced Doom and Fantastic Four, not going to get it done like they did with the Avengers and Thanos. Not going to get it done. I don't think anyone's going to care about this movie.
Well, I think too, we've seen it all before, so there's, you know what I mean, like you the expectation, they would have to show us different things to thrill us, because we're already, the end credit thing is played out, right? Like every movie's done it, so nothing special about that. Ain't nobody getting hyped over that except for the fanboys. The rest of the people, I ain't even stand for that shit. So they got to come up with new. It's got to be something totally different that make us to have that same excitement. Because if it's just the same beats, no one's going to be excited for that.
Well,
We've already seen it before.
I would just say when the Tim Story Fantastic Four came out, Rise of the Silver Surfer, and we just saw a cloud for Galactus. Ever since that time, at least Fantastic Four fans are like, man, we got robbed, but we're gonna get a Galactus this time. They talking about Galactus. And when we saw that trailer with the big feet walking down Fifth Avenue, we lost our minds, right? That's what they need to do with Doctor Doom. They need to be showing us something now.
See, I don't think it was what you. I mean, I think fans like you did, but the general public, they didn't care about that. They didn't even show up to this movie.
Well, but I think it's the fans that get the general public to the movie.
Well, it didn't work with this one. That's what I'm saying. Like it didn't.
That's my point. That's why I don't think the way they introduced, if getting a real Galactus did not spur more sales for the fans who bring out the general audience.
And I would argue, I don't think the fans bring in the general audience. Obviously, they don't, because
Well,
where
how
they've
did
been.
Iron Man? How did the original
Again,
Iron Man?
I'm just saying, if you go back to after Endgame, you guys been seeing those movies but we have the general
But I'm saying,
audience slacking off. So I don't think they do bring the audience to that. And where's
they
the
used.
receipt to
Are
that?
you saying they used to?
Well, when they used to, it was new to everybody, yeah. But it's not new to everybody anymore. So there's no draw to the general public to want. The general public's been inundated with all the stuff on TV. So
You may have a point there. You may have a point there. Because I was saying when Iron Man first came out, didn't nobody know Iron Man, but that was a hit.
right.
But to your point, maybe it's because we've seen it all, up until Endgame. Now you can't surprise us anymore. That could be it.
I mean, the only thing they've been doing for the last few years is just cameo heavy types marketing stuff to get you to want to come, right? But I don't think that appeals to the general public who doesn't know these characters no way and doesn't know the comic references that they're implying. Like, and I don't think to the hardcore audience, you might be getting sick of just seeing all these cameo throwing all these characters at you. After a while, you kind of like, well, okay, you did that Deadpool, you
No,
did that,
I
and
think
Doctor Strange. That ain't gonna work no more. Oh, they're in the costumes this time. Okay, great.
just like James, was it James Gunn? He was talking about Peacemaker season 2. We're gonna have some big guest stars. They had Lex Luthor, and then they had that dude Happerson from the Superman movie, had the big glasses. They had him, and then they had Otis. I'm like, come on, you're scraping the bottom of the barrel. If you're gonna have these walk-ons like you're talking about, at least get people that we give a shit about.
Well, like I say, that's just the superhero stuff. There's so many other movies. We didn't even touch on the anime movies, which I think really are the real sort of draws to the box office these days and moving forward. Which I think Chainsaw Man just came out this weekend. I do want to see that though. Haven't even seen the other series. I've just seen bits and pieces, but that looks fantastic, and I heard it looks really great in IMAX.
There was an anime that came out recently called One Punch Man. Is that based on the film?
One Punch Man is a TV show as well.
Oh, was that? Maybe I saw it in my theater. I thought I saw it in my theater. It was a anime.
Maybe you're thinking of Chainsaw Man. Maybe that's what you're thinking.
No, I know Chainsaw Man, but I saw something that said One Punch Man.
There is an anime. Maybe there's a movie coming out. There might be a movie coming.
I could be wrong.
We have Demon Slayer. It just came out. Super success. So yeah, there's a lot of different stuff out there. With that said, we're going to get up out of here. QStorm, where can they find you online?
You can find me at realqstorm.com. I think the last review I did was Tron Ares. Go check that out. You can also, if you want to get into your firearm training, you can find me on getfirstlevel.com.
All right. And Pooh.
Excuse me. Find me on Twitter and Instagram at Ampoo.
All right. You can find me here on YouTube, Podcast Juice, Friends Podcast. You know the thing, working like a job. We'll see you next time. Peace.